Push your buttons.
Greetings and welcome once again to Roman of the Empire. I am your host, Roman. Tonight we are doing a juxtaposition show from a show we did a couple weeks ago of overrated musicians. Tonight we are doing underrated musicians. So this should be a lot of fun. And the underrated musicians, this actually for me was a lot harder to lock down on. Overrated was pretty easy. I fell over those guys because there's a lot of them. The underrated guys, I don't know. It's maybe a bit more subjective than the like I said, the big sloppy fuck off artists. But and there are layers to this as well. Is it an artist you just don't think got enough representation? Artists people don't know at all. And there's a like I said, it's kind of a layer cake of what you would call an underrated musician, and I didn't put any parameters on that. This everybody can kind of go with what they want here. Am I roboting? I seem like I'm slow.
No, a little bit. Visually, not audio is fine.
That's not good. Well, we'll figure that out as we go along. If I have to jump out and jump back in, I shall do so. But anyway, we've got a couple great guests tonight, and we'll go around here, introduce everybody, say hello to you on chat, and then jump on into this conversation, which I do think is going to be a lot of fun. So without further ado, he is my partner on this channel. He is my wingman. He once stopped me from carpet bombing Wisconsin because, oddly enough, that is where the blue cheese comes from. He is Shieldwall of Dragons. Welcome back, my friend. How are you tonight?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hopefully I sound okay. My internet is having some issues, I think.
Yeah, you sound great to me.
Okay, good. I don't know. It's just everything is slow and laggy, and
that's the drugs.
I tried to type in chat, and it took 5 minutes for my comment to come up. So anyway, yeah, glad to be here. Also, I thought this Artemis 2 launch was an April Fool's joke. I didn't think it was real.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't hear shit before it happened. Or if I wasn't really paying that much attention, and then here it is, and people are like, they're not going to live going through the Van Halen belt. And I was like, it's not real anyway.
Well, that's right. The first April Fool's was the fact they said we'd been to the moon before. Come on.
Yeah.
But
this is what's crazy.
April Fools,
yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Go.
I was going to say, we go to the moon again before GTA 6.
Yeah.
We did.
Oh my God. It's craziness. Anyway, I'm glad to be here. And that shows you how much I pay attention to the news.
No, my daughter didn't even know it was happening. She's never heard of Project Hail Mary, the movie. She is just like, Dad, what are you talking about?
You really should let her out of that cupboard occasionally.
I know, right?
No.
Was that a Bart Simpson impression?
It is. That's his stick.
That's my dog. That's what my dog is.
Yep.
And his wife sounds amazingly the
my
exact
wife
same.
sounds similar because what she would say is, Romy, she's not going to be happy that you did that impression of her on air.
Yep.
But
all you got to do is I said ha ha.
I'm hoping she doesn't come out and try to steal the rest of the candies that she brought me. He is the scourge of Gotham, the nemesis of the Dark Knight. He is Joker Voice. Welcome back, my friend. How are you this week? Did they have what was it? Spaghetti Wednesday on Tuesday?
No.
It's
I mean the only thing at Arkham worth being there for is taco night on Saturday night. And the reason we have tacos on Saturday is because why, Sammy?
Because it's a madhouse.
Exactly. I'm doing great. I'm doing great. I'm looking forward to this topic. I'm just glad that there's no one in the chat. They're just here on the panel who has this weird desire to see me naked.
What would be weird about that?
You're a panel
wants to
food,
see how many
man,
tattoos you
with
got.
men listening to you. I think you should be right at home.
Well, you know.
Does the white paint go all the way down?
Does it good? Yeah. What else is green? He is the meme master of the interwebs, using his powers for good instead of evil. 10,000. No, I have that back. Evil instead of good. 10,000% of the time. He is Jacob Ironside. Welcome back, young sir.
I mean,
how are you?
You can't mistake it with all the flames behind me. I mean,
I know, and the horror show that you have prepared for us tonight. I'm very excited about it.
I just thought you were live in
broadcasting
Iran.
on X. I don't know if we're broadcasting on X or not.
And the Iranian dictator is over there somewhere,
Yeah.
and over there, and
Jacob
over there.
Khomeini.
Oh, Lord.
No, we're live on X. I can
We
see
are
it.
on X. Okay. Well, for everybody watching over on YouTube and X, please let your friends know that we are live currently, as we have been for the last 4 years, on Thursday at 5 Pacific Standard. He is the man who knows all the things about all the things. He is the fad you shouldn't be, the unbearable 73. He is the moon mastering Terminator. It's our good friend, Matt. Welcome back, Matt. How are you this week?
Doing fairly well this week. I'm at my new medical facility doing okay.
Yes.
Local medical
on the
facility.
On the Artemis 2 launch, it is successfully in the process of orbiting Earth twice before making its trip around the moon. Everything is on course. NASA's posting constant updates on Twitter, on X, if you want to go check them out. We are in the process of hopefully returning to the moon in 2028. So
cool.
Yeah.
And there you go.
Oh, and I can tie this astronomy stuff with music because I found something interesting out today. Brian May, who is a legit rocket scientist and a master
Starfleet,
is working with Danny Pemberton on the soundtrack of the new Masters of the Universe movie.
Oh wow!
Ryan
I did
May
not know that.
performed a solo on
I'm
one of the
tempted
most
to ask
underrated.
a question,
Oh,
sorry, I'm on a delay.
yeah,
Go ahead.
I was
on
going to
a
say
delay.
Brian May performed a guitar solo on one of the most underrated Black Sabbath albums ever.
Well, we're jumping ahead.
he also did
But
Starfleet,
Which album is he on, Nick?
Huh? Which album is he on? Headless
Yeah,
Cross.
Oh, I don't have that.
Tony
one. See,
Martin.
I don't have that one.
Yeah,
I can't justify it, so I'll say it now. Because of their lack of, I guess you would say, proper respect in America, Queen is almost an underrated musical band, as awesome as they are. Because remember, they had very little success in America compared to how they're respected around the rest of the world. Only after his death and Wayne's World did they elevate to
I don't know.
And maybe
I
during
don't
his
understand
lifetime, but
anything
not
you
now.
just said.
Like I
Yeah,
said,
I was
I
gonna
don't
say.
think you can fully justify it, but
I can see where you're coming from, though,
you know what I mean? Like,
because I've got a couple of examples like that tonight. I'm going to
Yeah.
use just kind of like that.
as do I.
that's why this is
Yeah,
such
not-
a complicated
Queen
category,
is-
you know?
I mean, in the 70s, they were very popular. You couldn't fucking fall over something and not land in, Somebody Bites the Dust or, dun,
Right.
dun, dun,
I
dun,
don't feel
dun,
like you had to find that song. That song found you. I don't know
It
what
did,
makes
it
it
did.
underrated though.
But let us move on and then we can move in.
Yeah, what she said.
That made sense. He is the drunk poet whose mystical music has only killed one person we know of. Allegedly. He's our good friend Dempsey. Welcome back, sir. How are you this evening?
Well, I am wonderful. I've actually got some things that would go outside of what I would normally pick because I feel like I'm getting in a rut and people expect certain things So I'm going to go ahead and dig deep and come at you guys with some things tonight that maybe you wouldn't have thought about.
Are you in a rut, but you've got to get out of it? See, Roman might get that reference. Maybe not. So referencing the ruts, so a very good punk band.
You're asking an awful lot. I have like 27 things going on, and I'm not good at any of them right now. And you should know that. Musician, pop culture aficionado, YouTube prostitute, man of the people, ex-crusader. He is Sammy Threepeat. Welcome back, you Ticketmaster bastard, you. How are you this week?
Good. Just resting my voice because, we got a big show. It's available on Ticketmaster, and
really?
I cannot talk because I got the con crud from going to MegaCon. So, we're opening up for Left Lane Cruiser, a pretty popular like Southern rock band. So,
nice.
I have something to tie you in with then. Maybe you'll appreciate mine a little bit more than most others.
Sounds good.
Indeed. All right. Well, good to have you back with us, Sammy. You actually managed to wake up for the show. That's a plus. That's a plus because
I did.
We did fire you last week. Yet here you are. You came back. So that's all right. That's okay.
I woke up at like 3 a.m. I was like, damn it.
That's how it goes here at the Empire, folks. That's how it goes. He is no simple Neapolitan of Nickweiser. No, he is 32 flavors of Nickweiser. Welcome back. It's your second time with us. We didn't scare him off apparently the first time, so he is back. Welcome, Nick. How are you this week, sir?
I'm doing well, sir. I've had a very busy day. I had my oldest daughter. She got her new earrings today. Got oil change done. I just recorded a video with a few of my Bonded by Metal buds, and I did a stream on my channel, and then also a stream on another buddy's channel, and now I got a stream on your channel, followed by another one after this one. So all things are coming up Millhouse. So it's a good productive Thursday. How are you, sir? Thanks for having me back, by the way.
Oh no! It's an absolute pleasure. We had a really good time on that last show, and this seemed like a great follow-up, so I'm glad you're able to make it and hang out with us once again. And then there's this guy. He uses the music of the past to save the future. He is that 70s rock fan. Welcome back, my friend. How are you? I'm so happy you're able to join us.
It's a pleasure to be back. An absolute pleasure, sir. I too am interested in the Artemis 2 launch. I believe they're about to go for their trans-Uranus injection shortly.
I hear they got sheep. I hear they got sheep in Uranus.
Yeah. Not tonight because
but tomorrow
I couldn't sit in the chair. But there may be later.
Right.
But the big burning question of the day, is apart from that strange infection, was what do I do with these? Nobody ever told me where I should stick them. Where should I stick these?
I'll show you where to put it.
Actually, they're not showing up right because I think I've got my green screen setting on.
No, it doesn't.
There we go. It's off. No virtual back. Oh, there's a sheep. Oh my god. Let's turn that off. Where do I stick this one particularly?
There is an orifice that it should, and then there's that one that can go on the.
But
side.
Thank you for those, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. He sent me so Rockman sent me like this giant manila envelope inside another box, and I open all of these items, and inside it's like 10,000 stickers, and I'm like I'm a fucking failure as a man. So I sent him, and I'm like, here you go, buddy. Here's your two. It's like
you can never have enough stickers.
But I did get to fight with the woman at the postal annex because delivering anything to Canada, it's a lot. It takes a lot to get done. They're very confused, and she has this whole scale system, and she's like, "Well, it doesn't weigh anything, but I have to make it weigh something so that I can make this chart line up." And I'm like, I don't know what.
Sending it the other way is hard because in Canada we're so authoritarian now. You have to actually get permission to send anything to the States, like literally government permission. You fill in an app and it goes, yes, you can send that.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, if it's fentanyl, you're okay, but stickers, that was a problem.
Right.
Well, then, 70s. Let me give you my address after the show, and then you can.
No,
Do you want stickers? I'll send you stickers. The other stuff I keep.
You just gotta do it the easy. You just gotta do it the easy way and hand it to a third worlder, and he'll just walk it right.
Just walk over the border. That's right.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah.
And
I never thought of that.
for those of you who were not with us in the green room before the show, which is pretty much all of you, we were having a great conversation about amputee musicians. So that's the way it started, and let's see where it goes. So, oh yes,
we didn't have a leg to stand on with that conversation, though. Really,
yeah, it was a
we had to go out on the limb to find some.
Yeah, exactly. You wind up short-handed.
Oh.
Frank Yateley, welcome, Frank. Always good to see you out there, sir. Rio, welcome, Rio. Good to see you out there, buddy.
Roman.
Some asshole from Canada. No, that looks like the chat tonight. So again, please let your friends know we are live, as we have been for the last 4 years. Thursday, 5 Pacific Standard.
What is that sound?
So,
do I hear something?
I hear something.
What am I having?
I hear it too. It's some kind of rotating plunger.
Heavenly shades of memes are falling. It's in time.
It is the meme time, brought to you by our good friend Jacob Ironside. What horrors does he have in store for us this week? I never know how these are going to go, folks. I never do.
I love this part of the show.
Holy moly!
Nice. That's solid.
That's if Rob Halford was straight, that's what he'd look like.
I was gonna say that's the straightest you've ever looked.
That's not a meme. You just downloaded that.
That's not a meme.
Yeah, it's what he looks like walking around every day.
Yeah,
he's just missing the sheep in the background.
This is just if 70s was straight, this is what it would look like.
That's right. The sheep is actually carefully hidden in that photograph. You can't actually see them.
Wow,
that's cropped out.
Oh man,
I like that. I must have it.
Poor Sammy's gonna end up as a broad, so this is good.
Yeah, I know. I'm just waiting for a pair of tits.
Wow,
nice, man.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
Yeah. Actually, I'm kind of happy with that one.
Yeah. Again, that just kind of looks like that was just a picture of Nick.
That's
out
Tuesday.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
said that one to me later today. He's like, "Listen, that's freaking badass." I love that.
It's pretty good, yeah. It's
yeah.
cool.
Again, you look good, and Sammy's gonna be a chick. So,
yep.
whoa!
Holy shit!
Wow. Merle Evans and his circus band. That is disturbing as all fuck.
Have you ever been to the circus, little boy?
Yeah.
Is that poor Mando?
That is
Mando.
It's like, do you like gladiator movies, man?
Well, I mean that explains the pyromania, right?
Yeah, exactly.
In the Turkish prison.
Yep.
Wow, that is.
Wow.
Nice.
I'm trying to figure out what he's got in his hand there. Drugs? Is it drugs?
It looks like
Cosby.
blue.
Is it Bill Cosby?
Yeah.
Swallow these balloons, kid.
It also appears like both eyes are closed and he's just like sticking his tongue out like he's having a fucking stroke.
That is unpleasant to see.
Oh my!
Wow.
It's all the white paint, you know.
Hey, easy.
Wow, that's a
Well, that's the creepiest thing I've seen all week. Oh, that's a good one.
Wow.
Nice.
Should be called the medical, not the miracle.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
That is a good one.
That's very
and
good.
Roman looks like Brian May.
Yeah, Brian May's hair fits pretty well on Roman. That's
Roman, you got one of those
more
faces.
suggestion I can
Or
for the Empire.
or does Brian May look like Roman?
Yeah, that's true.
That is true.
He's the older of the two, I believe. I believe. Wow, that's disturbing.
Yeah,
Um,
that's pretty great.
But
No, that's
No,
disturbing.
that's
more
disturbing.
disturbing. Speaking of disturbing, holy fuck!
I
It's Jacob.
can smell the Aquanet. I really can.
Oh,
that's
lordy.
great.
Wow, that's horrifying.
I love that.
I like the title as well. Old lady next to me.
I look like I have a
Wow.
croissant on my head.
Oh, nice.
It's like something from the French 18th century, the court of Versailles.
So, are you saying this is like a French dyke? Or is that what you're telling me?
French
Sonny?
dyke.
It's like,
I can see it.
boy,
Wow.
man,
It's pretty cool.
we are gay.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Oh!
That's the Partridge
There it
family.
is.
I was gonna say the guy on the far left looks like Alice Cooper if he was like had a face fat.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh
Nah,
no.
That's good.
It's pretty close to what I remember from the actual show.
Oh, Roman's the mom.
Roman's the mom, yeah.
I'm
Nice,
so not happy right now.
nice tits. Though.
Wait a second.
Thank you.
Wait, who's Danny
Okay.
Bonaducci?
That's me.
Douche.
Okay.
Wow,
Thanks, Jacob.
man.
Great.
That Mando doesn't look any different.
No.
No,
No,
Is
that's
Mando the one on the right?
The
The
left.
long hair?
All the way on the left.
The
One on the right
is-
is me.
It's always
That's
weird.
Sammy on the
How
left.
it ends up looking like it's always weird. It's like, oh, that's not supposed to work like that. Where you end up looking like the actual photo. Where
Right.
the one
Yeah.
seamless. Yeah, that one does look seamless. I'm actually kind of mortified that does look seamless.
It's amazing.
Except for the little girl with the beard. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
My God, Sammy, you look just like her. Like I watch this show religiously, and I'm like, you have one of those faces, Sammy.
Yeah.
You watch it down on your knees and praying that it'll never be on again. Religious-
Like I said,
ruined. It's ruined.
another week, another weird boner for Sammy Three-Peat.
I think
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have the Partridge Family
Would.
Bus as a toy.
Oh, dear,
Get
dear,
happy.
Wow. That is strange.
Oh,
Oh,
now we're talking.
No.
Oh,
Oh no!
Wow.
Oh dear.
It's a little more similar.
Ah. Oh boy!
Oh.
It's
Brainstorm.
so many different
Wow.
feelings, rivulets of thought.
Yes.
oh.
So many.
Not.
Is that
Oh,
is that
that's-
photo? Is that album cover from the '60s? What the?
I don't know
I
when
don't know
this was.
where
I
that
find
is-
myself
that is
strangely
alarming.
attractive.
I mean, honestly,
These are
I
actually
could see
dudes,
that.
though.
I could see
These
that
aren't
album.
women. These are dudes dressed.
Yeah.
as dudes.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
hairy legs that gives it away.
I could actually
Yeah.
see this album cover going all the way up into maybe the '90s.
I was gonna say this one actually isn't that far off
No.
for me. I'm just need to let the hair grow out just a little longer.
Like if Peter Gabriel did just a little bit more coke.
Yeah.
It sounds like your wood is working with this photo.
Hmm.
Wow, that's alarming. That's,
Smile a while.
Whoa,
Yes.
whoa,
Yes.
why? It's Shieldwall.
One of the best.
You look like Darnell Quigley.
That's Jack Black.
Wow,
by the way.
that-
Yeah, I know.
that-
Tenacious D.
We're playing the
Ah,
tribute.
Yeah.
Can't
Oh.
remember the.
man, that
actual
you know, every
song,
time
so
I
this
think
is
that's
just
the worst
tribute.
thing he's ever done to me. This
No.
is the worst thing he's ever done to me.
No.
Wait.
Ever since he was a boy, he longed for the mines.
But wait. There's more.
Oh,
Oh no.
Shieldwall looks good.
This is just wrong.
this is
So
this is rough. This is a rough. Oh no!
Oh
not
my god.
Is that Robert Downey Jr.?
that's one of the Jacksons.
Oh, see, I thought it was
Oh,
RDJ
wow.
in the '80s, but man,
No, you can see that.
That
though,
tracks
right?
though.
Was he
Why?
was he that far gone in the '80s? I thought it was the '90s.
'90s he was far more gone.
Well,
'80s
yeah.
was like
in
moderately
jail,
like
yeah.
he was just partying in the '80s. But then in the 90s was when he was like kind of by wing. Like he was Charlie Sheen before he was Charlie Sheen.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was the Sheen before the Sheen.
That's right.
So what was the actual title of this
So like
album?
an
Is it Back to the Shit? What's the title of it?
I guess
I think that's
That
it.
was
Yeah.
like the-
up for
It's
interpretation.
either that or Back to the Seat, which doesn't make a lot of sense.
I mean, taking a dump.
Back to the
like-
Shat.
Well, I
yeah,
guess someone had to take the Browns to the Super Bowl eventually.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think Baltimore did that.
I mean,
that is an odd. That's an odd way to go here.
I mean, I'm not saying that Roman had some time in the Navy in Bangkok. I'm just saying that
Bangkok.
One night in Bangkok makes a hard man humble.
Yes.
Yes.
It does. And
I feel sorry for the flowers. Really.
why are they behind the toilet?
If
What
those
the
flowers are
toilet?
sentient, then they're in trouble.
I unapologetically love Murray Head. I don't care.
I love Murray Head too. That's a great record.
Well, that's it. Yeah, that's it. That's the closer. Thank you for that, Jacob.
Jacob.
Good job this week. But those were
stuff,
really
mate.
good.
Next thing you know,
That
you're going
was
to come back
solid.
next week with a meme full of Blumpkins.
Guys, that closing image is best paired with Roman as, Sean Connery and Zardoz. So they work so well together.
Sean Connery and Zardoz. There we go.
Wow.
Yeah, there you go.
They even have like matching.
Then thank you
Poor
for
life
doing that.
choices would lead you to take that part.
I love how Zardoz
No.
is slowly becoming the mascot of the show.
It is because, believe it or not, if you watch any of the new Star Trek, Zardoz is a masterpiece compared to.
Yeah.
It is actually. I did a show on it once, and it's actually a really good movie.
They told Sean Connery for that movie.
Yeah,
John Berman movie. It's very good.
we covered it
Yeah.
a couple months ago now.
Yeah, we did.
Guys,
But
the Disney Star Wars movies are better than these Star Trek shows. That's how bad they are.
Yeah. That's not.
What
hard, though, man.
is Wolfen better?
The
Yeah,
one-
I'd rather at least it's
Yeah.
got Gregory Hines in it.
Well,
not
and it's-
Klingon
and
in a
it's got-
skirt.
And it's also got the raw sexual magnetism.
Albert
One,
Finney.
Albert Finney.
Albert
Yep.
Yes.
Finney.
And a naked Edwards J. Olmos.
Albert
Yeah.
Finney.
Oh man, I'm
There
thinking
were
about
so
Albert
many
Finney.
dudes in
I'm all
Zardoz.
bricked up.
There
Hey,
was a
Joe.
lot.
Joe's atmosphere. Yes, indeed they are. Indeed they are. So let's dive into the topic here of the week, which is underrated musicians or bands. And as always, we will start with the guest tonight. And Nick started last time, but so now he's the second guest. We will start with our good friend, that 70s rock fan.
Okay.
Really
So-
curious to see where this is going to go.
So actually, I made a list of like 200 names, and then I had to whittle it down. I had to whittle a bit.
Yes.
Did
let
you
me
make
just-
wiggle room?
Can I share a screen?
Yeah,
Uh,
Oh,
definitely.
all right, cool.
So I'm actually going to go for somebody who's certainly not unknown. It's a guy called Chris Rea, who died recently. Sadly, he'd been ill for many years, but Chris had a couple of hits that people all know, like "Road to Hell" and "Driving Home for Christmas," and a few other things. And many of his oeuvre, when he was successful, and he wasn't that successful in North America, mainly in Britain. It was a bit more kind of pop rock oriented, but he then walked away from all of that stuff in the 90s and formed his own record label called Jazzy Blue, and just concentrated for the rest of his career making jazz and blues albums. And he's a well underrated guitar player, absolutely fabulous guitar player. Never got the recognition I feel he deserved for that. So yeah, he'd had these sort of AOR type hits. And then he started coming out with stuff like this, Dancing Down the Stony Road. It's all gritty blues stuff. And then the Blue Jukebox, again, all blues and jazz. Absolutely no concessions to his previous pop rock AOR stuff at all. But his crowning achievement would probably be this, which is an 11 CD set
Oh, wow. Nice.
called Blue Guitars, where he traced the entire history of blues music from the Delta right up to electric blues, all with his own, he was a superb guitar player, particularly slide guitar. It's like a magnum opus that nobody knows. For one thing, it was 11 CDs, so it was pretty difficult to buy.
That is a lot. That
It
is a lot.
is. But if you ever hear any of this stuff, it's just the most tremendous musicianship, guitar playing. He had a beautiful, raw, gritty voice as well. It's beautiful stuff. Very warm, but rough voice. Didn't bother with technical or fireworks or studio trickery. It was all in the guitar playing and the singing, very intimate singing. So, and he could do everything from Miles Davis type jazz, kind of blues stuff, right up to or fierce sort of Chicago electric blues. Very soulful player. So much as he had hits earlier in his career, like Road to Hell was a big hit even in America. This is the stuff that really defined him in later years. And of course, he then became very ill of strokes and he couldn't play anymore. And it's a very sad end. But died in February, I think it was. Lovely guy, wonderful, wonderful guy. If you ever seen me interviewed, northeastern guy from Newcastle area in England. Great sense of humor, very dry sense of humor, and just one of the most underappreciated guitar players of our era, of the modern era, I think. If you listen to any of this stuff that he did, just it'll knock your socks off, and you would think, who the hell is that guy? You know. So anyway, that would be my first pick for. It's not a guy that was unknown. And he had a lot of hits in his time, particularly in Europe. But some of those were completely different from this stuff. And this was the stuff he really loved. So that was probably my first choice. I have others, but I think we'll go around the houses, won't we?
Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, this 11. Check this 11 CD set out called Blue Guitars. It's just there's something that if you're into the blues at all in any way.
What was his name again?
It's Chris Rea.
Okay.
So you may know him. Some people will know him from, I said the Road to Hell album was a big hit in the late 90s. Big hit single, Road to Hell. And then Driving Home for Christmas was the big Christmas song he had, which you would never think it was the same guy that did the blues stuff, apart from the voice, of course. So Chris Rea, he's... I love all his stuff, but that latter day stuff when he formed his own label and we moved away from the major label because he was tired of it all from like 2002 onwards. It's just magnificent material because he's playing for himself then, not for anybody else, not to try and make hits, just playing what he loved, which is jazz and blues. So that's my guy. He was a lovely guy. Saw him live a couple of times.
That's a nice one, man. I've not heard of the guy. I wrote it down. So I can scope it out afterwards.
Yeah, the big hit he had was the album Road to Hell, and it was a hit single in the US as well. And that had a lot of his blues guitar playing on it, but it's a bit more poppy. You know, it's like AOR rock, whereas this is the stuff that you really loved. So I felt it was nice because I miss him. So he died, and I miss him. He's a lovely guy, so I thought it was nice to start with him. A guy that had a whole new side to him after he decided to walk away from the majors, you know.
Yeah, there's a couple other artists that we're going to get to later on that I just want to talk about kind of that aspect of things. That's a great way to go there. So thank you. We're going to say hi to some of the other folks who have wandered in here over the last little bit here. Our good friend Love It Ever After. Welcome, Love It. Always nice to see you out there. I saw other people, or was I?
We got Joe.
Hey, Joe's got to take off.
Oh, are you out now, Joe?
The memes. I said he's at work. He's got to go.
I can see. Oh, right on. Well, thanks for joining us tonight. Very much appreciated. Right, and yeah. So now, Nick, you are up, sir.
Okay, so I don't know if you want me. I rounded up to 3, so I don't know if you want me to go through or just do 1, and we'll see if time allows for more. But since
let's do the 1, and then we can see if we want to bounce back.
Sure. So I chose my 1 as a just in case. So I'm gonna choose a band. I guarantee no one else is gonna choose on here. Hell, not even think of. I'm gonna choose Ex Hoarder. Ex Hoarder was a band that came up in the late 80s. They came from the New
Hoarder?
EXHORDER. Ex Hoarder was from the New Orleans area of the metal scene. usually when people think of the New Orleans area, they think more of like the stoner sludge bands, Corrosion of Conformity, Crowbar, Down. But Exporter was a bit more exceptional. They kind of got a sound going, and that sound was very exceptional. And so exceptional that there was a band who did more of a like a glam rock thing, like kind of leaning on Judas Priest almost. And then they went from that Judas Priest style glam rock to let's just say the groove metal style because of this band. And well, that band that blew up, their name was called Pantera. And because they are very heavily influenced by Exporter. Hell, Phil Anselmo's vocal style changed to be more like Kyle Thomas, the singer here from Exporter. I even have a photo here pulled up of Phil Anselmo in the Exporter shirt. So, of course, there's been some, I guess you could say, conspiracy theories throughout the years that Pantera may or may not have stole the sound. I don't think they really stole it. I think they were just personally really influenced by it, and they just happened to be, by chance, the band that just happened to have the breakthrough. But there was, for a long time, debates amongst fans. Never really between the bands, because Phil Anselmo, the singer of Pantera and Down, he's always, like, worn the love on quite literally on his sleeve. Like I have a photo in the back. I have pulled up a Phil in an Exporter shirt for a Pantera band promo, and he was a big
Nick, let me throw this up here.
And if you look at the timing, and I think one of the reasons why you had conspiracy around this is because if you look at when Pantera started to change their sound, their album was Cowboys from Hell, which is around 1990. And then Exporter's first album came out in 1990, Slaughter in the Vatican. So you had the timelining of that stuff really lining up. Now, obviously, people want to believe that they did rip off their sound. You know, hey, feel free to believe what you believe. But to me, this band is absolutely underrated. And I know for a cold-blooded fact, Phil Anselmo would agree with me when I say this band is absolutely underrated. And they definitely were kind of the band, I think, that actually kind of got the groove sound started. It was Pantera when they were more of a glam Terra. Pantera just happened to popularize the sound instead. Right. So Pantera popularized it. Exporter got it going. And Exporter do deserve their flowers because they had a really raw deal because Pantera was the band that broke big and not them. But there were two albums that they did were really good. They did Slaughter and they also did The Law, which is the second one that came out 2 years later. And then they broke up. After that, they tried starting again and didn't really, it was kind of like a false start. And then they tried again, didn't work out. Now they've tried again since like 2017 or 18. They've been going since. Now the last few ones they put out since then, under the Reformation, have not really been that good. But the first two albums are absolutely exceptional. And if you're going to put, you can't say you like the, let's just say the groove scene of bands and not have Exporter, especially the first album. That is essential listening. And I truly think that album is a front to back banger, whether it's a title track, Death in Vain, Desecrator. And once again, you listen to the vocal style and you realize, oh, I could definitely see where Phil Anselmo was aping his vocal style from. It's undeniable. It's undeniable.
Hell yeah.
So, and this is a band not many people can think of. So regardless of where people stand on the conspiracy, I don't know if anyone in the chat runs Pound knows of it. I certainly know of it because I've paid attention to both bands for a long time. And I have some friends who are one way or the other. But I'm not thinking about feelings. I'm just looking at the facts. Exporter has a very influential sound, but they never got the proper credit for it. And that, to me, is what actually makes something being underrated.
That's a good choice, mate. Yeah.
Thank you.
Good choice.
Thank you. So I would highly recommend, if you're someone who claims to be a Pantera fan, do yourself a favor and give the respects to Exporter. Don't do it for me. Hell, do it for Phil and Pantera because, like I said, he would agree with me on this. And there he is right there wearing his shirt. That shit's no coincidence. He was a fan as well.
As we know, though, Pantera do have the best hockey goal song ever, which is the Dallas Stars goal song, Puck Off.
Reinventing the steel era. Yeah, right around that era. So, yeah, Exporter is great. And
it's a good choice.
They are doing a tour currently as well around the U.S. So in case you are someone who does seek out live music, Exporter are doing a U.S. tour right now as we speak. Either that or they're getting set up for it. Look up tour dates. But Exporter are going.
Nice.
And they only play a few new songs to new albums, but they definitely dominate on the first two albums, which are essential listening. And don't even try buying this albums unless you got money to cough up, because they've been long out of print. And if you buy them on eBay, they're super expensive.
Interesting. Yeah.
I had a buddy of mine. He was in a death metal band called the Black Dahlia Murder.
I've heard of them.
I remember them. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're still going, but the singer died. He was the guy who I know a few years ago, and I remember he told me at the time, he said he had to buy an out of print copy. I think it was in late 90s he bought it, when it was considered out of print. Then he had spent $50 in the late 90s. I can't imagine what that's worth now, and they have
300
not
or 400.
Yeah, and at that
Is there
time,
stuff
that was the most expensive album purchase he could make.
Can you get it digitally, or is it?
Oh, of course you can listen on.
Yeah,
Spotify,
so it's just trying to get the physical copies is hard.
But yeah, physical copies, even used copies, are still $20, $30, $40.
Wow.
Yes.
Yep.
So
that's not bad. That's like free.
Does anybody still have any demo CDs or whatever? Like a band that nobody knew, and you went to see them live, and they, at like a bar, and they were trying to sell them for like $10 or whatever, or giving them away. And does it? No, but you know what I mean? Like, does anybody have?
Exactly what you mean. Yeah, I know some.
I used to have cassettes.
Cassettes and
I used to. It was cassettes when I started going to gigs. They'd be selling cassettes of their stuff. Yeah.
8 tracks.
I ran into a guy. I went on a work trip to Virginia Beach in Virginia, and there's a bar there, or like a place there called the Jewish Mother, and a lot of some bands got their start like doing the circuit. They do the circuit all the way from New England down to Florida and back up again, and it's one of the stops. And he told me that he got a hold of a demo CD or whatever from like their original stuff, and it was worth a lot of money. And this was like back in 2007 or 8. So, but it was pretty cool because there were a lot of live bands in there. I don't know if any of them went on to be big or not, but it was really good. I lucked out finding that place.
Well, true story. I when I worked at Disneyland, I worked there for 6 years, 1 month and 10 days, not that I counted. After work one night, a bunch of friends and we went out to go grab some drinks, and there was a live band playing. And it was just a local band before they got signed. It was a band called No Doubt.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Or Nae Doot, as we call them in Scotland.
Yeah. That's good.
And our good friend Zax, who has wandered into the chat here. Good evening, pal. How are you? We love Zax. Also in Canada.
Yes.
So there's two folks. There's two.
I'm just interested to know if anyone else has ever been in the Jewish Mother.
Got so awkward so fast. So we're going to go around in order.
It was a deli that had like a bar attached to it. And so in the daytime it served, like deli food and stuff. And at night it was a really small place that, had people playing bands in there and stuff. And I mean, you were right there.
It's cool.
So it was good. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Kind of reminded me a little bit of Iceland, how the scene was there.
Good evening. So Shield, we're going to go to you, and then we'll go around the horn here.
Really? Me? Okay.
Yeah. I know.
Okay. So when you say underrated bands, sometimes a band can be underrated, but they might be commercially successful, right? But they get panned, and that's a lot of times how they get overrated, right? They get commercially successful, and you're not that great. But this band that I'm about to bring up, the reason that I think they're underrated is because I think their music is good, but they started out as kind of like this publicity stunt kind of corporate thing. And I'm referring to the 1960s band, the Monkees.
I knew you were for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm a big Monkees fan. Big Monkees.
They got cast to be the band, and they went on to take control of their own music and learn to play instruments and all this other stuff and actually put out decent music. But their first album that they put out and all the songs they did for the TV show, most of them were not written by them or even performed by them, but they were, front people. But then they took it upon themselves to go ahead and learn their instruments, and they wound up actually being good. So when they went on tour, they wound up doing well. And just to think about it, when they initially got picked up, where'd this story go here? They got picked up for 32 episodes off the jump. Imagine any show these days being picked up for 32 episodes of anything. Right. That would be that's like 8 seasons of a show, and we'd all be dead by the time they got made. Because, if it 8 seasons of, 32 episodes of Stranger Things, the kids would be 50.
Right. Right.
They're very close to where they are now. Yeah.
Right.
Roman, I was always partial to Mickey Dolenz.
I had told you I had like 16 vinyl albums left. I still have 2 of my Monkees vinyls.
That was the first single I ever bought was Last Train to Clarksville.
Mm-hmm. Oh, really?
The first 7-inch single I ever bought. Well, I have to say my mother bought it for me, but I asked for it.
And it's such a good song.
A lot of their songs are great. And I don't know, maybe it's nostalgia because of hearing it when my grandmother was still alive and my great grandmother, and just how things were back then, and gas was like $1 a gallon, and
right,
everything isn't all terrible and sucked like it does now.
No, I mean the Monkees were actually a pretty fabulous band in the end. I've got a lot of Monkees albums and later material, and there's some really good stuff on there. Like the Head soundtrack is brilliant.
Head.
But it's a crazy movie written by Jack Nicholson. But the Dolphin Porpoise song, I keep calling it Dolphin song. Porpoise song that opens that movie is superb. I saw them live once, and it was the 4 original Monkees. It was a tour they did with the 4 of it. It was such good fun.
I saw them live when I was a kid, and
they were
that was always a band that like the whole family appreciated.
Like if you bring up the Monkees now, everyone's either like who or those guys were just
not the
Chills or whatever. Yeah, I know.
If you watch some of the TV specials they did, there's one in particular where they finish it doing a version of Listen to the Band, and Peter Tork's playing this classical piece on the keyboard, electric keyboard, and then they lead into Listen to the Band, and it's absolutely fabulous.
Oh yeah,
really good.
I like around Christmas. They have a adaptation of Ryu Shu, and which is like an old like Latin chant.
Yes, that they were doing that on that show. Yes, they did that as well on that show. It's brilliant. Yeah, I love it.
It's awesome. Yeah,
yeah, and only when they first started out, only one person out of the band, or maybe it's 2, actually had any like real.
Well, no, Tork and Nesmith could both play. They were both already in the sort of folk rock scene. Dolenz and Jones were singers. Dolenz actually went out his way to learn the drums, so he could play. But the other 2 could play different stuff already. Stephen Stills even auditioned for the show, which was.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, Stephen Stills was, because everybody wanted to be on it. All these guys that went on to be in all these hippie folk rock bands were all desperate for the work, so they all auditioned for it.
I love Mickey Dolenz.
Because when the Beatlemania
I still love Mickey Dolenz. He's still alive.
When Beatlemania hit, it kind of put a lot of American songwriters out of work, because the whole like music scene shifted to the hot new thing, and so they were all clamoring to try to get on this too. But those 2 had to learn like instruments right away in order to kind of do their own thing. And that's why I think there's like a rumor out there like, they didn't know how to play their own instruments. And that might have been partially true for the very beginning of it, but they quickly took control of their own music because the show aired in '66, and by '67 they were doing their own thing.
Well, they were getting pissed. People were confronting them everywhere they went that they didn't play their own instruments. Which, I mean, when you look at the level of talent that they had even before they started really doing their own thing, and like the amount of effort that a lot of like big name artists like put in now for their stage, for their stage performances. It's night and day. I was like, just because they had a couple of like backing tracks and stuff, these guys now you'll get someone just standing there and
Like
it's all backing tracks and
right.
DJs and people don't bat an eye.
Yep.
Yeah. What was
Like
it?
Milli
Most
Vanilli.
of the people that did their music for
Like
the show
Ariana Grande
was what do they call it? The Wrecking Crew. I guess it's like a conglomerate of different pretty famous artists and stuff.
Yeah, they did a ton of stuff. Yeah. It was all good musicians and songwriters. And then they started doing their own stuff. I'm looking for I don't know what happened to my copy of Head. I've lost my head.
Oh, no.
Did somebody give me that head? I can't remember.
And I thought about their name too, because in the 60s you had all these different. You had the Beatles, you had the Turtles, you had the Birds,
the Animals.
The Animals were like all of those bands in one because the others were individual animals. The Animals
Yes.
were all of the animals.
Right.
Yes, exactly. And actually, most of those bands weren't terrible. Like some of their songs were good. Even the Turtles had like one or two that were okay. If you were a teenage girl,
Turtles were pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, good choice, man. Seriously.
Yeah, nice one.
That's an interesting choice. Cool. And the show was back in syndication when I forget what years those were. It was like I used to watch the Monkees, but I'm trying to think if it was in the 80s that they put them back in syndication.
Yeah, they did.
Wasn't
late
it?
70s. Well, you could see it depending on where you were at in the country and what TV channel you had access to. I remember in the 70s seeing some stuff, and then they came back in the 80s.
Well, it was on Nick at Night when I was a kid.
Because here's the thing: the teens that grew up with them by the 80s were already parents and stuff. So then they were having that nostalgic, and they had the buying power to.
Yeah, I remember every Sunday morning on Channel 11 WPIX for like most of the 80s was the Monkees at 10 or 10:30.
Yeah. Oh, because they used to come on and then because the Banana Split show was on before or after that.
Something like that.
Banana Splits. Good God.
Yeah, you remember that, right? With the weird, they all look like they were from the Phillies baseball team mascots or whatever.
Yeah.
Wow. Not good things from the 70s. Joker Voice. What do you have there, sir?
Well, this is a band that I have mentioned on this channel before. If you're a fan of 80s new wave, I'm talking like Depeche Mode, The Cure, Echo and the Bunnymen, Bauhaus, Sisters of the Mercy. This band started in 1999, and it definitely has a very heavy 80s new wave influence. I have seen this band live 4 times. From Toronto, the Birthday Massacre is absolutely my favorite band. Actually, I've gotten, of all of my tattoos, 3 are inspired by this band. I've got, if you don't mind, I'll show you some of them. My tattoos here.
Here, okay. Let me blow you up in a non-literal way.
Right. So this is the band's logo, right there.
Nice.
After the show at the Key Club, the singer signed my arm, and I had that done.
Nice.
And then I've got this little thing.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, absolutely amazing band. Every time I've mentioned this band to most folks, they're like, I've never heard of this band. And then I play a song or two, and they're like, this is really, really good. And so
is that Marilyn Manson?
No, it is not. His stage name is Rainbow. I've got the way I describe them. Imagine if the Marilyn Manson and Shirley Manson of Garbage had a musical love child while watching every Tim Burton film and listening to a shit ton of Depeche Mode and The Cure. And this is the band you get. I'm not gonna lie, the female lead singer, the little goth girl, I do have a type, so I'm naturally drawn to that. If I was to they've got about 8 albums. Yes, that's the wonderful logo there. If I was to recommend of the 8 albums that I know of, I think they have a 9th one out. I'm not sure. Their 3rd album, Walking with Strangers, is a start to finish album. It is absolutely amazing album. And then my personal favorite album is their 5th album, Hide and Seek, and it is just, the songs are, and you can see kind of where their transition, their first album, Nothing and Nowhere, it's a little harder, and as they get more into the melodic, more the new wave influence is wonderful. They also have a DVD called Show and Tell, which it was from a little place in Hamburg, Germany. And they don't play like really big venues. I mean, every time I have seen them, I have been right up against the stage in very small, intimate spots. I cannot say enough good things about this. I cannot say enough good things about this band. Everyone who I have introduced them to loves them afterwards. So definitely a band to check out.
Hell yeah.
Right on.
Cool. I like that you chose something that wouldn't normally come up in conversation, because I personally feel like underrated kind of gets thrown around way too easily.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, when underrated, you're saying underrated, I feel you gotta bring up something that really doesn't come up normally in conversations, unless you're bringing up in the context of, let's just say, a popular band has a underrated album that's, let's just say, not as well received, but you like it. That in that context makes sense. But if you're talking about underrated as a whole, I feel like you definitely have given some meaning to underrated with that, because I haven't heard that, but that's cool that I haven't heard it. I think that's kind of like furthers what makes it actually underrated.
Yeah,
agreed.
Nice one, Joker. All right, down to the man in the middle, Jacob Ironside.
I've got 3, but start off with one. I'm a big fan of the storyteller musician, just a guitar and a voice. But the Steve Goodman.
Steve Good.
Yes, G-O-O-D.
Oh, good man. Okay, got him. Okay,
that's some really good stuff. I think the only reason he wasn't more popular is that he died young. He was like 36 when he died of leukemia.
I am not familiar with this artist.
Interesting.
I'm not very familiar with him either, but The City of New Orleans, that's a really good song. He was actually,
I've seen David Allen Coe.
Yeah.
He was going to do the national anthem at a Cubs game, but died before, and Jimmy Buffett actually took his place.
Hey.
So
yeah,
I'm not familiar with.
He doesn't have very many songs, but he's got some good stuff.
Yeah, that You Never Even Called Me by My Name. I'm 99% sure I've heard that song. I think I know which one that is. Yeah, that's wow, good one. I'm gonna have to look into this guy. I never heard of it. Heard that song.
Well, you can look at the other artists.
I've heard that song. Yeah.
Which one? City of New Orleans.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I don't think I know that, but I mean, like I said, you can see who covered it, and that gives you an insight into the level of songwriting he has.
Yeah.
He's a Cubs fan, so nobody's perfect, right?
Yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
All right, so down to which I know is almost not going to be obscure. Okay, Matt, hit me, buddy.
So when I was thinking about this category, like I said with Queen at the beginning, you can think of this a lot of different ways, right? And I said to myself, I'm not just like, okay, I'll maybe when I name the person I pick first, you'll get it. So we've all heard of like Patti LaBelle, Aretha Franklin, Janis Joplin, Whitney Houston, Dolly Parton, the great female singers for the last 40, 50, 60, 70 years, right? This woman is probably a better musician than all of them put together. And I was shocked. Like, I was watching, one of those shows like The Voice or America's Got Talent or whatever, and some little 10-year-old kid said she's going to sing Feeling Good. And she said, and Simon goes, you know who this by? And she goes, Nina Simone. And he was shocked that this 10-year-old knew who Nina Simone was. You've all heard, you probably all heard the song Feeling Good at some point or another. She also famously covered the song I Put a Spell on You in the definitive cover of it. You've heard her stuff because other people have sung it, but Wild is the Wind. What's another one? Oh, she did a song in the 50s, something like My Baby Cares for Me or something like that became big because a perfume company adopted it as their song, and it rocketed out of number one like after she died, If nothing else, listen to Feeling Good and some of her other songs. The depth of her voice is one of those. She sung across gospel, R&B, very light rock, blues, and she was classically trained with classical music. I forgot, was it Beethoven or Mozart, one of our biggest influences, she even said. And she died, I think, in 2000 or so. And she just skated under for decades. Like, if you were in, you knew who she was. You know what I mean? Right. Like someone mentioned a band earlier that if you were in, you knew who they were. You know what I mean? But it just amazes me that in 60 years of music, that she never got, even though her voice is as good as any of those women I mentioned, her musical talent is probably better than all, not her vocal ability, but her ability to with instruments, and she plays multiple instruments at a master level. She's a phenomenal songwriter, and it just amazed me that she flew under the radar for 60 years, and she's really more popular now because of the jingle and because everyone covers Feeling Good in those talent shows now. Right.
Nice. Yeah, she's one of the all-time greats.
Yeah. I know you guys, some of you guys know who she is, just depth of listening to music. Yep. My mom and my aunt were hippies, so they listened to rock, all the different rocks, plus blues, folk music. John Denver covered one of her songs.
Lots of people have covered her stuff. Yeah.
Motown Sound. So I grew up.
I Loved You, Porgy. That was the one that.
Yeah, that's another one I didn't even think of there.
I love the 11-minute song Power. That thing just goes and goes and goes, and it's a great piece of music.
And she has a strong voice, for a modern woman, Floor Jansen. She has a voice that enunciates incredibly well. That's a big thing with singers to me, that they don't just sprawl whatever they're singing. They enunciate. You can clearly define their words, that even if they're doing the heavy metal growls. You know what I mean? She has very powerful enunciation and timing. So that's my nomination, I guess you would say.
Yeah, that's a great take.
Yeah,
you're right. I'm surprised how many people don't know who Nina Simone is.
Well,
but you're right. Everybody knows Ella and all the other, the names that just kind of fall off. But her name usually isn't in that tree, and it should be.
And a lot of it are a lot of great covers of her stuff, like Animals Don't Let Me Be Misunderstood. Lilac Wine was covered by multiple people. Those are songs that she did first.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a great
nice.
choice. A really good choice, yeah.
You guys are making me feel bad about mine.
Oh God, and here
it's Dominique the Singing Nun, isn't it?
No,
like I said, you can take this category so many different ways.
There's a lot of layers.
Yeah.
Agreed.
All right, Dempsey, what do you got, buddy?
Well, I'm going to build on the back of what he said real quick, and then I'll do mine. He was talking about great female talent, vocal talent that should be more recognized, and I'm going to go ahead and go with Tatiana from
Ginger.
And this lady has got some freaking pipes on her, like you wouldn't even imagine.
What's her last name there, friends?
She's from Ukraine, so it's probably Slavic.
Just type Tatiana and Ginger, and you'll.
Yeah. She is crazy good. Now hold on, don't worry about looking her up. I just wanted to throw that out there. The girl is crazy.
This is like some lady who makes pottery.
Right. No. But the person that I was going to pick for my first pick was he's a guy that a lot of you, I guarantee you, have heard of. But the issue with this person being underrated is that everybody thinks this guy is a joke. Okay, Weird Al Yankovic.
Yeah, dude.
He is
got
so
weird.
prolific.
Got weird.
He's
great.
Very talented.
Yeah.
He's 66 years old, right? And he had a Dr. Demento radio show in 1976 that just
I remember that.
loaded
We all
him onto
listened
the
to that.
scene.
Yeah.
12 million albums, 150 parodies and original songs, more than 2,000 live shows.
Dude, I went on that tour where he did nothing but play his originals.
Yeah. Crazy.
I've probably seen him at least 8 times.
Hell yeah. This guy is so crazy good. He started playing music at the age of 7. Okay. He graduated early and as Victorian, the valedictorian of his class, got a bachelor's degree in architecture, right? And then immediately after high school started working for a radio station and became a DJ, and that's how he got into the scene.
And accordion. I mean, that's something right there.
Right. Well, his parents thought that, there was too many guitar players. So he wanted, they thought that accordion was going to change the way rock music is played. And I don't know about that, but it sure popularized polka for a lot of kids my age.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's
Polish. I once made the mistake of leaving my accordion in the back of my unlocked car overnight, and sure enough, I came back in the morning and somebody else had put another one in there.
Yeah.
That's the one instrument that I've never really got to monkey around with.
My father played the accordion, and he was really good.
There they go.
Weird Al's
one of those ones that's real easy to mess up. It's real easy to be cheesy and corny, and not a lot of people get into polka. So
Weird Al can play Bohemian Rhapsody on the accordion.
I knew an old fella
that
was in a World War II camp, POW camp, and played it for the Nazis. The guards.
Go. Hello, go.
Yeah. Weird Al's parody of "Smells Like Teen Spirit." Not only was it in and of itself like a great song parody, but it was one of the perfectly timed parodies because grunge, not that Nirvana was, but grunge was beginning to take itself way too seriously.
Right.
Yeah, it smells like Nirvana.
Yeah. He had a lot of really great ones. I'm telling you right now, he's one of the best rappers alive right now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it's kind of insane how good he is at everything. Like, there's no way that one person can be that good at that many different genres all at the same time.
No, he's a freak nature.
Yeah.
I mean, he has like a bunch of his original songs are really, really kick ass. And like they're like he can tell like a story, which but he can also get a little bit more abstract. And I feel like that's hard to do as a songwriter. It's like you're usually kind of good at one or the other, and he seems to do everything effortlessly, and you have fun while you watch him.
Right.
But but I completely agree. I think people often take for granted like the amount of like musical know-how you have to that you have to have and able to achieve that, and he just makes it look so easy.
Yeah, absolutely. Think about like White and Nerdy. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
that couldn't have been better. Or the Saga Begins, that American Pie parody that he did. Wow. Like off the charts. He told the whole story of the Phantom Menace in the song form and didn't break format at all.
No, me and my buddy, we talk about it all the time. Like I don't even hear the lyrics to that anymore. I just hear the Saga Begins.
Right. Yeah. Agreed. Well, and he wrote one of my favorite songs ever, which is Word Crimes. That's just me all over that Word Crime song. But yeah, he's done so many great ones, and all of the videos are parodies of the video that was put out. So not just the song, but there's performance behind it and thought. The guy is just a machine.
He's got a song called Nature Trail to Hell in 3D, and it's basically an advertisement for like a gory movie that no one should see about like a psychopath who like hacks up like a Boy Scout troop, and then he was like, "No, it'll be fun. Bring the kids."
That's hilarious.
But no, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's but like it's also like this really kind of intense song, and then like he manages to like bring some like levity to it. Like he's just immensely talented.
Right.
And his and he had a TV show when I was a kid, and I loved it.
The UHF is one of my favorite videos.
Oh, I love that movie.
Come on, like
I know that
it's so good.
I had a dream that I was a bird, but I had a candy bar head, and all the other birds were trying to eat me.
How about that hot dog in the Twinkie?
Yeah.
Or Wheel of Fish.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd still use that one. That's my nothing picture.
This is
exactly.
Dempsey goat.
You so stupid.
Oh, Red Snapper.
Yeah. Well, Kramer was in it too before he blew his career up.
Oh yeah, yeah.
What a talent, man. We'll never have anybody like that ever again.
No, he's one of a kind.
That is almost certain.
It's going to be harder for his career going forward. I saw a very interesting clip. It was a short that popped up, and usually I don't watch them, but I feel like the topic of what it said in the headline made it interesting enough for me to watch. Is Al talked about how he said because of everything with the internet kind of broke up everything for better and worse. He said it's great for listeners, but he said for someone of his type of music, it's a little harder for him to do because he said when everything is niche and nothing is mainstream as much as it used to be, he said him being a parody artist, you have to like depend on a good amount of people knowing the actual song in order to get the parody.
Right.
So he said it's a lot harder for him to choose songs now because of that.
Right.
So he said it's definitely made his career a lot harder to do. So yeah, I think guys like him, not because of quality or lack thereof. I think he's quality, by the way, but once again, opinions aside, I think because of the way music functions and just industries in general with media, movies, whatever, everything's so much more broken up nowadays. Whereas back then, stuff was kind of the stuff that was mainstream was put out by a few different companies. Now you have stuff everywhere and anywhere, in all these different outlets. Yeah, you can get more of these types of guys even if you wanted to, because of the way the industries function nowadays.
The stuff that he was doing as well, like he's very talented in the stuff he was doing, but now you can just jump on YouTube and do it. And you know, with minimal, with a lot less investment and getting that break. Imagine if he had YouTube back in the day, he could have just put his stuff on there and went straight to the top.
Right.
But
he probably wouldn't have been as big as he was. Unfortunately. Yeah. So that's that could be, I don't know if I don't want to say it's a downside. Maybe it could be an upside because, you know, you have less fingers in the pie of your creativity, because if there's one downside we've noticed with a lot of artists, when they get so big that more people want a cut of the pie. And when you have too many hands in there. So maybe like it would definitely be he wouldn't be as recognized, but he probably financially would benefit from it more.
I
I
mean,
guess that's a bit of the whole double-edged sword coming into play. Slightly less success, but definitely probably get a lot more money for it.
I mean, he definitely wasn't the first person to ever make a parody song.
No,
but, like,
well,
you know,
because of
No,
how
but he
good
was-
he did
I
it
think he
and
would-
coming out
Yeah.
the time when he did, I think the timing of when he came out was very important because if he started as brand new Tay, I would enjoy it, but I don't feel like he would be as well known because of the way everything was.
He was multi-talented too.
Oh,
He
of
could
course.
write, he could write
Mhm.
good, he could perform. It's his personality and just the way who he is. Not anybody. You couldn't just give the material to anybody and then make it work.
Right.
No.
No.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to play a fun game with you guys, and this is going to speak to the relevancy of what Weird Al did when he did it. Shieldwall, name me one popular song on the radio right now.
I haven't listened to the radio
On
in
the radio
21
right
years,
now?
so I couldn't tell you.
No
tell you.
idea.
Yeah, literally,
Yeah.
can anybody on the panel tell me one
I
popular
don't listen to
song
radio.
on the radio right now?
I have
No.
satellite radio and I just listen to stuff from the 90s.
See, I listen to albums, so I'm
Yeah.
not qualified to
literally
answer that,
could
even
not
if I
fucking
wanted
Like
tell
to.
if
you-
you're talking about radio, when I'm in my car, I have satellite radio and it's just 90s, maybe 80s, sometimes 60s.
See, this is what I mean, though.
Yeah.
Weird Al can't make a parody of a modern song if no
Right.
one can
Hey.
name a modern
Yeah.
song.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Well,
That
you
proves
got to
the
also
point. That
keep in
proves the
mind
point.
it'd be like asking. I'm old enough now. It'd be like when I was a kid, ask my grandparents what they were listening to on the radio. You know what I
Right.
mean? So it's not
Yeah.
like I'm
Yeah, but there was
keyed
an
into the-
undeniable thing
I'm
of what
literally
like
a
the it
grandfather.
songs were, right?
Right.
You know, it was like whether you
but
like
that's-
them or
but
not.
back then,
Yeah, you got
Right.
to take feelings out of the equation, base it on just how the landscape of when he come out then versus how it looks now.
Yeah, I was
really
gonna say
don't think
even
it-
my
Right.
grandparents knew stuff that I was
Right,
listening
but
to,
that's
whether
we
they
are
because
liked
much
it or
radio-
not.
more.
your grandparents couldn't select specifically the era of music. They
Mhm.
kind of could, but you'd listen to like a 70s station or something. But
I
if
mean, my
if you had the
grandparents
radio
kind of,
on, you couldn't help but hear whatever the popular thing was.
yeah,
Now
Yes,
you
right.
can totally avoid that because you can select, curate your own channel, and
Yep.
all this
Spotify,
stuff.
yeah, no,
YouTube.
I'm endlessly angry at my wife because I just realized she was using my Spotify to like bring up songs for like the kids that she teaches, and I was like, my algorithm's fucked. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
Just fuck with
That's just it,
everything.
right?
It's the
So
worst.
I have no idea what people are, and then if I do listen to it, 9 times out of 10, it is garbage. Some
Yeah.
auto-tuned crap that nobody cares about.
Right.
It was like I was like pulling something up
Oh, my.
to show someone the other day, and was like, "Do you want to keep listening to the Moana soundtrack?" I was like, "Wait, no." That's
No.
I didn't want to start listening.
You mean
to
keep
Moana.
listening? Yeah.
Actually,
Where do
I
I
don't.
start?
I might
I love
have
that
an unpopular opinion or a popular opinion on it. I don't know, but I truly believe that the way music comes out nowadays with these outlets, YouTube, Spotify, Bandcamp, indie, major label, whatever, independent, I actually personally find it to be better this way because, especially for younger kids, especially if they're discovering music, it trains them, for all the things youngins deal with, for better and worse. I feel like this is one of the few positives because it gets kids in the habit to seek the stuff out, rather than just wait for something to find you and then it just blows up. I think you'll have fewer like super duper big successes, but obviously you're always gonna have something that's gonna slip through the cracks. There's always be that one or two thing that do. But I think ultimately it's better this way because generations of people are used to waiting for things to find them, which doesn't make it a bad thing. But I think it's definitely because those generations got used to that. Transitioning them out of the habit of seeking it out rather than wait for it to find them is a bit of an adjustment for them because they're used to. It's going to sound like a negative connotation, but they're used to being spoon fed. They're used to being spoon fed.
Yeah.
But that's don't tell me you can hate, but I'm not wrong. But I think
you're not.
Live this way,
You're
and
absolutely
like my oldest daughter, like she listens to a bunch of stuff I've never heard of, but now look at like some of the followers on these lists, and they'll have 1 million, 5 million, like let's just say listeners on Spotify. I'm like, oh, that's actually really interesting because I've never heard of this, and I don't think that's a bad thing towards me. It just shows you how much truly is out there that she's listening to this thing, and I had no idea. And then and then like she showed me some of her friends who she follows on Spotify, and most of them have different lists. You'll see some overlap, but that overlap out of 100 is like a 10% overlap. If this was 1995, I guarantee you the overlap would at least be for most kids, probably at least 50-60%.
Yeah, at least. At least.
Yeah. Oh,
Well,
absolutely.
Yeah, it was a whole thing, man. You'd wait a whole year for your band to put out another album, and you'd listen to it for that whole year. Like that was a thing.
Yeah, and it's not that music became bad. It never stopped being bad. Just people need to get in the habit of just to finding it rather than wait for something to be the hit song that breaks through and that band that they love that went from playing the 500s to now playing the same. It's not going to happen as much as it used to. Once again, you'll have a ghost that'll pop up and that will do that, but that's the exception. It's not the expectation. And that's fine that way because it'll get people to, once again, think for themselves on what they like and rather than just like something because everyone else likes it.
Well, I mean, Nick, and you say how, sometimes music finds you. My favorite band, I saw them at a show and they were sandwiched in between the opening band and the headliner, and I had no idea who they were, and they completely stole the entire show.
See, that's cool when that happens. That's so cool when that happens, Joker. I love hearing stories like that. It's nice and refreshing for me to hear that. It just, once again, it shows you how much is out there. And there's a ton of great stuff that's out there that's new. And there is so much. There's so much of out there. So you could, when someone says that music's gone bad, I mean, yeah, there is a lot of bad music. Don't get me wrong. But two things can be true. You could also just be not going out where to listen because you're in the habit of just waiting for it to pop up in your life.
How about this? The stuff that the mainstream is pushing all sucks.
Well, yeah,
but they've never really
why wait for the mainstream to never solve that problem when you can simply solve it yourself?
Yeah.
Well, now
the mainstream has always kind of been that way. It was like when you watch like any like biopic, it's always like a record executive going like, "It's never gonna work. I do this," and what do? They break boundaries, and that's it's always the main thing. It's a bunch of suits, sitting around, and you know what? And when they do have something, it's a big hit. It's lowest common denominator. Swill.
And then they milk the hell out of it. They milk the hell out of it to a point where people get sick of it, sometimes even resent a particular band or singer, and then that singer kind of burns out rather than naturally fades away. It is so much better. That's another reason why it's better. Also, you don't have to worry about one-hit wonders as much because bands have a better chance at longevity. Also, because of stuff like YouTube, it's revived some bands. There are bands who I know of who kind of broke up, let's just say in the early 90s. But then YouTube comes around and people put these albums on YouTube. And now you got a whole generation of kids checking out these bands that broke up in like 88 or 91. And now they're reforming. And now they're playing to some of the people who never stopped listening to them, but they're also playing to a whole different demographic who discover them because of YouTube. So there's a lot of positives to that. And that's wonderful. We should be embracing the positives of the internet.
If Weird Al made a parody of your song, that meant you had made it.
Oh, of course, and that's cool. That was awesome.
Back then, absolutely. There were two things that were going on then, though. We the populace were a much more controlled audience.
Yes,
because it just was, and that's not
that's true.
Depending on where you lived, I mean, and if terrestrial radio is all you had, you were super limited to. Excuse me, like your country station in the town that you lived in with, 20 people. It's not, it's not like, even when we were kids, we had at least more options. You had your pop radio station, maybe a college station if you were like really lucky, and then like an oldie station and then news and blah, 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 blah. And then there's the now. The now is this. In the world of the 80s, Weird Al could do this. Moving even into the 90s. Moving into the 2000s, it would have been much harder to do, and in the modern era,
still could have managed.
Unless you're going back to classic,
he could have managed. He could have gotten by at least.
Yeah, by the 2010s, though, no way.
2020s, he could probably do 5 Taylor Swift songs, but then that would be it.
Here's another.
I still wouldn't know what they were.
Here's another good thing about Al, because growing up, and Roman's old enough 70s, Matt, Shield are we're all old enough to remember this, but you could hear a Weird Al song being played on the pop station and the rock station.
Oh, yes.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
It's
on
true.
regular.
Yeah.
After a point, it was on regular radio. But before that, the first time I ever heard him was a Dr. Demento show.
Dr.
Yeah.
Demento, man.
Yep, and
Absolutely.
the Fish Head song was on before that.
Oh
Remember
my
that song?
God, yeah.
I took a
Fish heads,
fish
fish
out to
heads,
sea a
roly
fish.
poly.
Fish
fish
head.
head.
Yeah, I didn't have to pay to get it.
Yeah,
There's a video and everything.
that's how I first heard it. My
Man.
dad had a bunch of he taped a bunch of Dr. Demento
Yeah.
shows.
Yep.
So like
Yes.
I listened to all of those like crazy ass songs as a kid.
Oh, so for those of you listening who don't know, and those who are over on YouTube and X, thank you for hanging out with us tonight. We have a lovely audience tonight. And I think that is 70s rock fans' radiant sexual energy and the absolute loveliness that is Nick Weiser. They're like the Mulder and Scully of our panel tonight. So,
One of them's wearing a bad tie. The other one loses her gun and gets kidnapped every episode.
Right.
Sculder and Mully.
Golden Molly.
I did want to thank you to everybody out there tonight. Was I moving into a point?
Next to Sammy.
Okay, good. Because if I was going to a point,
You're like the Cagney and Lacey of this show. Yeah.
There you go.
Nick's got to go in a little bit here.
Oh, okay. Do we have time to get through Sammy, Nick, or do you want to pull that
Let
ripcord?
Sammy go. Let Sammy go.
Right,
Then I'll pull
I've been
out.
trying to let Sammy go for 3 years, Nick. He keeps coming back. So okay,
2 years.
whatever.
Felt like 3.
Underrated's a thing. You guys had some really like eclectic takes. Mine's a little bit less eclectic, but they're my favorite band, and it pisses me off that they're not everybody else's favorite band. And that band is Ween, and they are probably a group of some of the most talented musicians on the planet. They can play whatever they want, any genre they want, and when usually they play the genre, they usually play it better than other musicians who play that genre all the time.
Did they do polka though?
Probably.
maybe.
I've never heard of. I think if anything, I know usually you're disappointed no one has heard, but I think that should, if anything, that strengthens your argument because throwing the word underrated out, we should actually commit to that word rather than just say so and so is underrated, and yet somehow still so and so still sells millions of albums because contradicts it. I think if you're kind, in my opinion, what you're doing is right in line with it. Carry on, good sir.
All right.
Yeah, I mean they started out when they were like 14 years old. They kind of like went viral in the underground scene by handing out like VHS tape or not VHS tapes.
No, that would have been good.
Yeah,
VHS tapes. Hey, that
would have done it.
Yeah, and on Betamax too. They recorded everything.
Yeah,
on
got
Betamax.
Make sure you fucking rewind it, dude.
But no, they were handing out tapes, and like now those are like like holy grail finds.
See, yeah, that's what I was talking about before. Like you went to a live performance center and got one of those things.
Right.
Cassette albums, that's what we used to get.
So their big claim to fame is they were in the It's Pat movie.
Oh, that's right.
And they also they wrote a song for the SpongeBob movie, and of course they used the song Ocean Man as the closing credit song in SpongeBob. And the creator of SpongeBob SquarePants said that their music was like one of his biggest influences for they have a it's actually the album that Ocean Man's on. It's called The Mollusk. It really is it is like a sit down album, but like it's its whole like idea is like seafaring, so like they'll have like a shanty tune, but everything kind of just reminds you of the water, but every album's different. And they also like they have like a sense of humor, like so they hired like a Nashville like bluegrass band. They put out an album called Nice.
Just happened to be right here, and you mentioned it.
They put out an album called 12 Great Golden Country Hits, and there's only 10 songs on the album. And when the bluegrass band like heard like what they did with their music. They wanted to be like unlisted, and it ended up being like one of their better albums because it's just kind of like a critique on like different genres of country, and it's got a little bit for everything. There's this like raw fuck you mentality on top of
what would they have that I would know? Do they have anything that I would know?
Yeah,
Aside
I mean they
from
have
the SpongeBob song, which I don't.
No, they have
Man.
a song "Ocean Man" that like
That one I
everybody
know.
knows,
Yeah.
but
Maybe. Okay.
but they
you should see the cover of Chocolate and Cheese, which is one of their albums. That's a nice album cover.
That is that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's
a nice album
cover. Actually, the 20th anniversary of Chocolate and Cheese just scares the 25th anniversary just came out in 2024, and they had like 17 unreleased tracks, and so I like bought that immediately. But that's another thing too is they're really big on their singles. They'll just put out like random vinyls on or like singles on vinyl, and you have to really try hard to collect them because like sometimes it just won't put them on the albums or it'll there you go. But
that's a nice cover.
It's a great cover. That's probably like my fourth favorite album from them. I think my first is probably either The Mollusk or White Pepper.
Sorry, what cover? I was distracted by two things.
Oh, that was the cover.
Underboob.
Yeah, Underboob.
Underboob is always nice, right? Everybody likes Underboob. I don't know anybody who doesn't like Underboob.
A lot of
the album.
Oh yeah,
that's not the name of the album. That may be the name of my next album.
The name of Underboob is called Chocolate and Cheese. But a lot of them, sometimes it feels like you're listening to, because they play so many different genres or try so many like experimental things, like it feels like you're listening to like a random CD, like a burned CD, and then you realize no, it's an album and it's in order, and it can be mind-blowing. Sometimes they have themes, sometimes they don't. You find that like their first couple albums are really sophomoric and sometimes downright annoying to listen to, but then you realize like 3 albums later it was like, oh, they're reusing that one really annoying sound to like capture this like thing that they do amazingly on this album. So that one is called The Pod, and all they did was just superimpose that mask on Leonard Cohen's greatest hits.
Motherfucker.
And why not?
Okay, so there's this very like fuck you punk rock attitude.
So weird,
fuck you,
man.
Leonard Cohen.
I love Leonard Cohen.
No, I love it. They like Leonard Cohen too. It was just like they were just like they didn't know what to do, so they just put a picture of Gene Ween wearing that mask. So that's Leonard Cohen's body. And if you look up Leonard Cohen's greatest hits, like that, they just use that.
That's
picture.
all of it. Oh my god, that is fucking.
But I definitely, if you were gonna like get a good idea, there's 12 Golden Country Greats. There's only 10 songs on the album, yeah, I would suggest like either listening to like White Pepper or probably Quebec. Those are like 2 really solid albums. But the rest, like the first 2 are pretty sophomoric, but there's Pure Guava going, like, which is their 3rd album. That's when they really try to find their stride. And like
Can
I
the
said,
first one really be sophomoric though? I mean, sorry to be nitpicker. Can the first album be sophomoric? The second album can be sophomoric. I'm just kidding, sorry.
No, I get it, but no, in the sense of the word.
You're hurting me.
I do like a lot of it's like train of thought stuff, so there'll be certain songs like on there that are only like 15 seconds long, and but they capture the vibe of what they're going
sound like
for.
The Residents now.
Yeah, no, they're out there, man. But sometimes it's the most genius thing you've ever heard, and then there's songs like "Hey, Fat Boy Asshole, You Killed My Mother," and that's what they say throughout the entire song. But yeah,
it's like The Residents.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. That's when it really starts to sound retarded. We say it's Brown. And that's the guide to Ween. But yeah, there's all their albums. I'm pretty sure I own all of them. No, besides the pink one in the very middle, that's one of the tapes. Oh yeah, and then there's Craters of Sack in the bottom corner, which is basically a close up to someone's scrotum.
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Yeah, let's not.
Yeah,
No, that's not good.
Before you continue,
Right.
I got to get out of here. So,
and
yeah.
what a point to leave.
yeah.
Well,
You
aside
think
from
Nick
doing
had never seen a
27 shows
scrotum
today,
before?
Nick,
I know, right?
what else you got coming up, bud?
Let's see here. On my personal channel, obviously, Chris Comic Shop. Jacob Ironside, which, by the way, thank you, and Joker for posting the Bonded by Metal channel. 70s and I are two of the 5 guys who were part of that. It's like a band of dudes running a YouTube channel. 70s did a video on the Black Sabbath unboxing of the Ronnie James Dio era of the band, and then our Disciple of Rock also did a video on the Testament Overkill tour going on right now, and I got videos coming on another album ranking from a band called Demolition Hammer and a review on the New Metal Church. So, and we got a ton more on the way. So please, if you're actually looking for genuine, authentic musical thoughts on all things metal, that's the place to be, because we have great videos like albums you hate from bands you love, stuff like that. Oh yeah, that was our first video we did here. We reviewed the newest Alice Cooper last year. I reviewed the new Rob Zombie a few weeks ago as well. Yeah, so I'm just saying that and we're frequently posting. So please check out Bonded by Metal. It's a great time, and I want to get us to 500 subs so we can get that channel monetized and then start live streaming at that point. So yeah, it was a fun time. Thanks for having me. It's good to hang out with you guys once more. Appreciate it, Roman. Great to see you, Joker, Shield, Jacob, Dempsey, Moon, Sammy, and 70s. I'll see you in 5 minutes.
I'll see you in a short while. Say hello to the comics for me. I'll be there soon.
I'll say hello to the Dicks division for you. I'll smell the rest of y'all later.
Oh, no.
Indeed. You can talk to the Dicks for me.
Thanks for being on, man.
See you, mate. See you, buddy.
All right.
And
Who is that guy?
Speaking of Rob,
How did he
speaking of
get
Mr. Zombie, apparently he's going to do a remake of Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah, I saw that.
And a surprise move. Apparently, it comes as a surprise to everybody. Sherry Moon Zombie is going to have a lead role.
Isn't that weird?
I'm guessing she's going to be naked.
In a Rob Zombie movie.
I know.
Same
Really
Rob
weird.
Zombie.
Yes.
Wow, what?
Yeah.
That
sorry.
doesn't make any sense though. I mean, does not compute.
So hey, we'll go. We may not get everyone in, but we're going to go around here though. So let's.
Roman, you.
Yeah, you haven't done Roman.
Yeah, you.
No, Roman.
Roman.
All right.
You.
I'm going to talk about 2 musicians quickly, and what I like about them. And I'm going to try to type and jibba jab at the same time. And you've probably heard of them, or at least remember them for what they were in. Amy Mann of the band Till Tuesday, which you probably, depending on, I guess, on how old you are, know who she is. We'll start with her, and she spells her name funny. And Jacob Dylan, son of the legendary Bob Dylan,
I've heard about him,
the
yeah.
Wallflowers.
I've heard of
In
him.
the
Say that is a good band. That is a really good band.
but
Yeah,
so what each of
they
these
just
musicians
disappeared,
did and why, so they're underrated, but just their
Absolutely.
solo work, like I said, you don't really know them, their solo work. Probably you may just do, depending on how far down the rabbit hole you've gone into the the modern musical well. But even when I say modern, that's not even fucking true. These are like 20-plus-year-old albums. But what I like about these artists, let me bring up the at least I'll pop up Amy Mann because she's prettier than Jacob Dylan.
Oh, who says? Says who?
Yeah. But stop. They are almost intentionally underrated though. And why do I say that? Because what they did, they left booming bands to go into the indie world. They just said, you know what? Fuck this. And actually, another artist who you may remember again is Julian Lennon. John Lennon's son. He had a kind of forced upon him career in the 80s, and then he backed out of it as well. He's also in the indie scene, and all of these artists are just very supportive of the indie artist as well.
Nice.
But I just find it fascinating that they decided, you know what, I could see where this goes. This could be an incredibly lucrative thing, but I don't want to lose, whatever part of them they didn't want to lose. Right. And went, like I said, it's almost deliberately to underratedville. Amy Mann's album, with the fucking thing on the front, the song, The Moth.
It's a terrible name for an album.
Things. It's long. It's a long album name. Let me see if I can find it. Jacob Dylan's was
Super Collider Unknown something or other. No. No. Just look it up.
I'm gonna the internet is for. Damn it! I'm sorry. My brain is not albums. So we'll start again. We're gonna stick with Amy Mann here. Oh, here it is. Lost in Space.
Wait, that's
so this album was just a long
title.
That's a long title.
Yeah, well, Lost in Space is not really. No, I just don't remember. I don't remember titles. It's a fantastic album. This came out like around the 2004 time period, I believe, and it's just one of those albums that is just great all the way through.
Jana,
we finally got a copy on vinyl after like these many years, because they either, I think this was the era when they weren't putting out records, and there were several records like that from this time. But again, this was indie stuff. And like I said, you probably have never really heard of her. That'd be a guess.
Heard of her, but
yeah, but she
haven't
did
heard any of
great
that
work.
material.
Yep, it's pick it up on Spotify. Just give it a listen through. It's a wonderful album.
How would you describe her oeuvre generally? Is it rock?
It's more folky rock at this point. Yep. And let me pull up Jacob Dylan.
The Wallflowers.
Which has a
yes,
better
the
voice than
Wallflowers,
his dad.
but then he left.
I remember like the first time I saw his video, like when he was like in the Wallflowers, and was like, oh, it's like Bob Dylan, but he's
it's
pretty.
like his dad.
Well,
here it is.
He doesn't look like a tramp. He doesn't look like a homeless.
He's got attributes that definitely make him look like Bob Dylan. It just worked out way better for him.
Seeing Things. That's the other album that I wanted to show you guys.
Night Goat.
Yeah, there you go.
Night Goat.
Oh, good night, Goat.
Night Goat.
Okay. Is it going to show it? You're going to try to.
Up.
Oh, motherfucking thing, work. Just do the very basic thing that I asked you to do.
Thought we were going to get a mother dick right there.
I know.
Yeah,
we were so close.
No, I held off on the dick. I know.
Whoa.
Easy there. Yeah, here it is. So this was his debut solo. Oops. Did I bring it up? What am I doing? Sorry. Seeing Things. This is another just wonderful all the way through album, and it is very, very different than his work in the Wallflowers. Again, this is more of a folk rock vibe. He's done some other stuff where it almost has a little bit more of a country kind of vibe to it, but this was, like I said, a good American folk
Americana
vibe.
Love
Oh yes, and Rick Rubin did do this album as well. So if that's
okay.
And I'm a huge fan of Rick Rubin Productions.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I think they're weird. If you look up Amy Mann, like I said, Till Tuesday, or Jacob Dylan, Wallflowers, but I prefer Jacob Dylan and Amy Mann's work solo vastly over their studio work. Which I own the Till Tuesday albums, and I also own the Wallflowers. So it's not like I don't like those bands, but I do prefer them as solo artists. But that's not how most people know who they are.
Right.
So I think it's like I said, there are a lot of categories within the underrated. We can, like I said, many different directions you can go. And I just thought this was kind of an interesting one, the purposeful separation from popular music down to the indie scene. I mean, it's a choice.
Well, good.
If you can make that choice, I bet a lot more artists would do it if it wasn't a financial hole.
There was like a good point in time where it was like all I listened to was the Wallflowers and Crash Test Dummies, God Shuffle
yeah.
Beat.
Once there was a Sammy. Jacob made him look like a girl every week. Sammy.
Big old set of boobies.
So Roman, I got one. Another one.
Let's hit Rock Fan first because I know he's gonna have to jump out.
I'll probably have to dip soon. Yeah, I had a few choices for my next one. One of them, I'll go right to the end. One of them was the Bay City Rollers, of course. I am sharing my screen.
Oh, are you? Oh, bless your heart.
This was a joke, by the way. No, I'm sharing my screen though. So the Bay City Rollers, the band that basically invented punk, new wave, and glam and power pop. No, I'm just kidding.
What the fuck?
Matthew Sweet. I was going to talk about Matthew Sweet, but I've decided I don't have enough time because I love Matthew Sweet, and I don't think his under the cover stuff gets enough attention because he's a great guitar player and vocalist. However, I'm going to talk about, we talked about the 60s earlier, the Monkees. So does anyone know who this band are? You see, of course you don't, because you're not Anglophiles. If you're an Anglophile.
Which one of those guys is Austin Powers?
Most of them, yeah. So way back in 67, between 1967 to 71, of course, we had the British invasion, and everyone knows all the legends, the legendary bands, the Beatles, the Stones, the Who, the Kinks, the Small Faces, Freddie and the Dreamers. That last one was a joke as well. This is the Move. So the Move were one of the, I did a series of videos earlier on in my channel called the Underlooked Bands, and I did one on this band that was quite a successful video. So I urge everyone to go and check it out. The Move were a hugely successful band for about 3 or 4 years in Britain. Multiple top 20 singles, Fire Brigade, I Can Hear the Grass Grow, Blackberry Way. Very, very wild and crazy. Got into lots of legal problems. Lots of they could go from psych pop to hard rock to flower power to whatever, and orchestral stuff, which was a foreshadowing of things to come. Leader of the band was the guy at the top here, Roy Wood. And the second incarnation of the band featured a certain Jeff Lynne, sitting next to Roy Wood. So they spawned eventually not only Roy Wood's Wizard, who became a very popular sort of glam band, and says the Electric Light Orchestra came out of the Move as well. But they were very, very unknown in North America. They never had, only the song Do Ya managed to even make it into the top.
Oh, I was going to say, this is like Mama Bell.
Yeah, it's so Do Ya was a Move song and then re-recorded by Jeff Lynne later. So very, very unknown in North America, but one of the best 60s British bands ever. They could, Roy Wood is a fantastic songwriter, and the band did really well, and then also continued to do well when Jeff Lynne joined, but changed a little bit. But they only ever played like 2 gigs in America supporting the Stooges. But they were a very big bridge to a lot of stuff that happened after, not least ELO, which came out of the Move with Roy Wood, Bev Bevan, and Jeff Lynne were all in ELO for the first album, then Roy Wood left. So they really birthed ELO, but they had melodic stuff. They did hard rock and early heavy metal. They wrote songs like California Man that Cheap Trick covered, and various other really well-known songs that other bands have covered since. Power pop, they really spawned what you call power pop today. Very energetic. They had you could even trace a line back from them to XTC and bands like that. Very innovative, some ferociously loud rock stuff when you listen to their deep cuts on their albums. So very, very underlooked band in North America, although they did have their success in Britain. And they're all from Birmingham. They're from Birmingham. Look, if you ever hear Jeff Lynne speak, he's from Birmingham. So the songs like Brontosaurus, California Man, were covered by Bill. So
are you losing me?
No, you're losing me. Are you losing me?
Nope.
No, good. So I really wanted to.
There's literally nothing wrong with the stream.
So I would check out, if anyone's never heard them, go check out, first of all, because they had a lot of great singles. Check out their greatest hits or best of collections, and they had some of the greatest power pop psychedelic rock singles of the 60s, and then went on to do really albums like Shazam, just so full of inventive stuff. Message in the Country, stuff like that. They were really, Roy Wood and Jeff Lynne are geniuses, both of them. So you just had a powerhouse of a band with the most incredible songwriting. So that's it. That's all I wanted to say. So the Move, the most underlooked British band of the era in North America, I think, in my opinion.
Wow.
Because they never really made it over the
I'm gonna have to find them and check them out now.
Oh, the Move.
I've never even heard of them, dude.
Well, watch, blowing my own trumpet, if you watch the video on my channel about them, I did a sort of 20-minute video about them, and I managed to include a few clips and stuff, and I did my sort of 10 favorite songs. Might give you an idea of what they were about. It's everything from jangly guitar pop to heavy rock. And the orchestral stuff that they started to do in the final songs became ELO, of course. So yeah, check them out. They were an awesome band, and they should have been bigger worldwide, I think. But there you go. That's
interesting. You brought the who did we talk about? I don't know if it was last week. And you'll have to forgive my brain on this, because again, it's not a very good brain. I deserve a better one, but I didn't get it. Bands like Porcupine Tree, which are extraordinarily good bands, have like zero footprints over here. Sammy, you know who they are, I think, but I don't know that anybody else on the panel necessarily knows who the fuck they are. I didn't know who they were until last year, and then I bought a 4-record set.
Very proggy.
It was worth it.
But yeah, there's stuff like that. It's well known in one area, but not the other. And the Move were like that. They're huge in Britain and Europe, and never could break into North America for various reasons. Some of it legal, because they did get into a lot of legal trouble because they're stunts. They had publicity stunts in Britain. They got sued by the Prime Minister of Britain once for defamation.
Wow.
That's a winner.
Wow.
Harold Wilson sued them because of some record cover they put out implying he'd slept with his secretary. At the time, that was a big deal. If I'm allowed just one more thing, and it'll take 2 seconds, I want to nominate an underlooked album by a very famous person that a lot of people didn't appreciate much at the time, but has since become.
Oh, I love this album.
The first Paul McCartney album.
Oh, hell yeah.
So this album almost, for me, invented the term lo-fi. So bands now all want to do lo-fi. Oh yeah, we're going out to the country and we're just going to record on an 8-track and blah, blah, blah. He did that on this. He almost invented that idea. Almost. The other bands had done stuff like that. But
didn't he do this on a 4-track?
Yeah, he had a 4-track recorder on his farm in the Mull of Kintyre, which was pretty remote, and you look at it, and he just plugged everything into the back of it. And it's very rudimentary, very experimental, lots of jam stuff on it. There's only really one majorly produced track, which is Maybe I'm Amazed. But it's got beautiful tracks like Junk, Teddy Boy, Every Night, which is a fabulous song. Matthew Sweet does a great cover of it. An album that was derided at the time, like, because everyone expected him to make another Sgt. Pepper. He said, no, I'm just going to do this thing with me playing stuff in the back of a recorder. Brilliant album. Brilliant. Lo-fi.
Almost the advent of indie rock.
Yes, lo-fi indie rock.
Baby head growing out of his armpit back then.
That was a bit awkward, really. I mean, that's why he couldn't play bass for a while.
About 3 weeks ago, I went into a McCartney phase, and I bought this McCartney 2 from 1980,
McCartney
and
2 is
McCartney
great.
3,
Wait, guys,
which is
guys.
from like 21.
I love
I
McCartney too. All the electronic stuff. But this
That is
is
a
an
weird fucking album, man.
It's
I
very
always
weird.
said, shit. I love his song "Hope on Deliverance," and everyone's like, "Dude, that's."
I've got that CD single.
Oh God, I love
I
that.
love it. He's got some
Guys.
gems in there, but this one is a real lo-fi indie.
Yeah,
in
I
the back
grew
of
up
a
in a
fortress.
McCartney household. Like that was
I
that was
figured it
the
out,
people who
guys.
backed.
This cover was the inspiration in Obi-Wan when he hid Leia under his jacket.
No.
Someone
Yeah,
told us,
right, yeah.
we got to do this in the show.
Yeah. I also the inspiration for Total Recall. But,
Yeah.
Queen, stop
Wait. So I just had to mention that one because that's always been an album I've promoted all my life. Like,
awesome, man.
yeah, it's like, oh yeah, it's where's the sergeant? Where is he going to make another big Sergeant Pepper? No, goes off and makes this, and it's
Right.
just fucking awesome, even if it's rough as fuck. So
Yeah.
Anyway, that
All
was
that is
me.
true.
I will have to dip out though, unfortunately, like Nick, for a prior
I knew you were. Yeah, I
commitment.
knew you were going to have to hear. I'm going to blow you up here and tell me what you got coming up there, my friend.
In Minecraft.
In Minecraft, yes. I got my best ELO t-shirt on. So not much in the way. Well, last week's live stream, last Monday's live stream was great. I'm heading for 2,500 subs on YouTube. I'm trying hard to get there. So next Monday I'll just be doing a gaming stream like I tend to do every couple of weeks, just to give myself an easy week for the live streams. I'm probably be doing a member stream over the next few days too. I've had some videos out this week. I did a video about the Becoming Led Zeppelin movie. I've also got a video I'm going to probably do tomorrow about the Paul McCartney movie, Man on the Run. I've done a couple of unboxings, like, as Nick said, the Heaven and Hell Breaking Out of Heaven box set.
Nice.
The wonderful Ronnie James. Black Sabbath to everybody but Sharon Osbourne.
Yeah, right.
And I do shorts every day from my record collection and other funny stuff. And Saturday night, me and Brahmabull do our hockey show, Bourbon and Boarding, 9:15 p.m. Mountain Time on both our channels, which is usually a lot of fun. If you don't, and even if you're not into hockey, it's fun because we show lots of clips of people fighting and doing stuff like that. So, anyway, well, it's been an absolute pleasure to be here again, my friends. It's always good to hang out with you guys.
Yes,
love it. I love
Okay,
it. I
thank
miss
you for
you.
coming back. One day I will once again draw you into another 5-hour deep dive into the Road Warrior.
Oh, we can do that. I mean, I love deep dives into stuff like that, So just bring whenever I can get the domestic get out of jail card for this time slot.
Right.
Yes,
I'll submit the proper paperwork to Mrs. Rockfan.
Mrs.
3 months in
Rockfan.
advance as discussed.
yes, the one that holds the whip hand. So yes, thanks guys. Thanks to the chat for all being here too. Enjoy the rest of the night. I'll be watching because I want to see what you all say next. You see, so I'll watch the replay. See if any of them would be my. As I say, the Bay City Rollers were my third choice, but we never got there. I am joking, by the way. Take care, everybody.
All right,
Have a great night. Keep on rocking. Bye.
Good to see you.
And again, both Nickweiser and our good friend, That 70s Rock Fan, all their information is in the description of the show. Make sure you visit their channels. And they're all on Comics Division show every week. Right. And then Brahmabull, who's been on this show as well. He did, I think, our favorite mob movies with us.
I believe so, yes.
Yep. And Brahma, another great guy.
Brahma's awesome.
All right, so
I do have a couple I could shotgun at you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just real quick.
Yeah, we're in the wrapping phase here pretty soon. So yeah.
If you check your DMs on X, I sent you a link.
Oh, is that the Ron Martin?
Well, no, the very last one. Ron Martin's awesome. If you haven't heard his stuff, he just put an album out. He's releasing it 1 song per week on Fridays. It's amazing. I'll put a link down in for Ron.
The Filthy Heathens?
Yes, the Filthy Heathens.
Okay, copy Filthy Heathens.
Yes, the Filthy Heathens. This is my buddy right here in the center. If you scroll down just a little bit, That's my buddy Craig Bishop. He's their drummer. These guys play like country-esque, rock-esque, little bit of metal here and there. They have a lot of their own things that they play, a couple good cover songs. They've been touring around the country for the last year and a half, playing with some big names, like just all over the whole country. It's kind of crazy how much they blew up. Yeah, the Filthy Heathens, go check them out. They're highly worthy if you're into any kind of like rock or country or things of that nature. And when what Sammy was talking about earlier made me think of them because they have a very similar situation happening. These guys are blowing up, and odds are they're coming around your part of the country somewhere. So keep your eye out for them. Great band.
Nice one.
Yeah. And then let me shotgun another one out here. Portishead.
Oh yeah.
Oh fuck yeah, man.
Portishead, dude. These guys, great. I can't recommend them enough. And they've done
why must you fight with me, computer? Why you fight? Why you no work? Hang on.
Glory Box. Right? Go out there. Make sure you listen to Portishead if you haven't before. It might just be right up your alley. You never know. I don't think they ever got the fame that they deserve, to be perfectly frank. Them and another band called Snot. Never heard of Snot?
Yes.
They are amazing. Their singer died and they fell off afterwards, but what a great freaking short, meteoric band that they were. But Portishead, holy crap, man. I can't tell you how many times in my life I've just sat in a room with people and just listened to Portishead and get wrecked, like after a show or something. Yeah, it's perfect.
All right. I'll shotgun one to you, Roman. This is a band mid 80s to mid 90s. The metal scene, you had the power rock, the glam rock, and then you had more of the new metal scene coming in. But there was a band that just always put out consistently great songs that you wouldn't come up first in conversation, but if you mentioned them, everyone's like, "Oh hell yeah!" Now the Cult.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, She Sells Sanctuary.
Yes.
Soul Sister.
Yes.
Fire Woman.
Oh yeah. God, what else?
The lead singer of the Cult has an amazing voice.
I'm sorry, I was just something. What are you? Oh, it took me out. Why did you take me out?
I don't know. But
I hate you so much sometimes.
But again, just a band that again would not be your first pick, but just consistently great song after great song after great song after great song.
Yeah, their best of is that. Yeah. It's a fantastic collection.
I got two quick shotguns. So these are two vocalists. Well, one is legendary vocalist. Now we all know Journey is a canned band, right? Like they have the same sound for since as long as we've been alive. They played their greatest hits and all that. And their lead singer, they're up to their fifth lead singer. It's almost like they're cloned, right? Well, their current lead singer is named Arnel Pineda. And I said, when they hired him 10 years ago, I was like, oh, let me go listen to him. And I went to his Facebook or something and listened to his covers of other stuff, like AC/DC songs, Aerosmith. The dude has one of the most incredible rock vocalist ranges. If you want to just hear some amazing covers, go look up before he was now he's in Journey, so he's not allowed to do solo stuff by contract because Journey is a machine, like this guy, right. Neil Strowman, Right. But if you just want to hear some cool covers of Aerosmith songs, AC/DC songs, the guy has an incredible voice, And in the other one, it shocks me as a metal fan that more metal fans don't know who this guy is. King Diamond.
Oh,
love King Diamond.
Yeah. He's in his 70s and he still sings better than 99% of the singers on earth.
Yeah, the guy's an opera singer.
Yeah, when you hear
he's amazing.
Abigail live, it's one of the most haunting vocal, oh my God. And he's amazing recorded and live. He's beyond amazing, even in his friggin' 70s,
Right.
I'm shocked that more metal fans, when I say, "Oh, did you hear that King Diamond has a new album out?" I remember posting in our thread, in our Roman and the Empire thread, like 2 years ago or whatever. And I'm like Roman knew who he was, I'm like, it just amazes me that more people don't know who he is, how amazing this dude is.
Indeed. Yeah, he was big aesthetic. I always think of Grandma when I think of him.
Yeah. Now he was in 2 bands, Merciful Fate and his own band, King Diamond. So,
Right on. Let's see.
Hey, real
anybody
quick,
else got anybody where they want
can
to
you bring up my picture real fast?
Yeah.
I just want to, that guy Ron I was talking about.
Oh, here we go. Oh, God. Sorry, wrong one.
No.
I know what I did there, and I'm sorry.
Right. Well, that's me on the far left there, and that's Ron on the far right. Ron just put out a song, and his song that he put out, I put a link to his YouTube channel in the chat there, is with the drummer from Megadeth. Yeah, I mean, he went out and spent a lot of money to make sure that all this was done out right. Go check him out. It's worth it. Yeah, that was all I had. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Look at Dempsey.
Good plug. Good plug.
Ed Solo Cup.
Right.
That's right.
They must have just been invented back then.
Yeah, I was pretty young in that one. Yeah.
So it's Joe Cola in there.
Right. Yeah. It was,
all right, Sammy, you got anything else you want to throw at me real quick?
You know,
we are running down the time here. So
why not Left Lane Cruiser, the band I'm opening up for? I've been listening to their stuff all week, and it almost sounds like if Lemmy from Motorhead was singing like in this like southern rock band, just like 2 guys. He's playing sit down slide. The guy's got a very like raspy voice, but like, it's pretty good shit. It sounds like my shit, but I'm a better singer.
There you go.
And that's when Sammy lost the show. All right.
Oh yeah, actually, I would be. You guys watch Roman's show.
Everybody probably knows these bands. They're kind of in the mainstream, but I thought they were underrated. Kansas.
Yeah.
And Blue Oyster Cult.
There you go.
Fuck.
Godzilla.
Okay.
Yeah, that is
almost every Blue Oyster Cult album.
Yeah, produced. You put me on that deep dive last year, and I was blown away with some of the stuff that I was hearing. I was like, "There's things where I can't believe that it's even in the same band." That
The one night at my bar, the overhead music is playing, and Godzilla came on, and someone
dick
and
shit
and
fucker.
Somebody went, what the hell is this? This is the worst piece of crap I've ever heard. And I just said, you shut your whore mouth.
Yeah, Blue Oyster Cult is one of my 5 favorite bands.
This is a great band.
Yeah, what I'm saying, I was like, I had no idea how prolific through the years that they were.
We're still together. These motherfuckers just wrote. We're
still together.
Yeah. They just they put an album out in 2024 called Ghost Stories, and what that is, it's a lot of it's material from like 1978 that never got put out.
Yeah,
it's fucking amazing. It is so good. And actually, they do a cover of it's actually a cover of their own shit from back in the day, but 1978 Ghost Stories. Yeah, I love this band so much. But you're it's kind of one of those more niche categories of music, though.
Right.
So that's why I like when you talk about your heavy. Everybody knows Black Sabbath. That's like you say the words, it comes out. Black Sabbath, yes, everybody knows they are. Blue Oyster Cult, I think, is a little bit different though. If you grew up in the 70s, almost certainly you know who they were, and even the 80s. But moving like the children of the 90s, Not necessarily. They may be one of those bands that was
No,
lost.
not until that
lost to
SNL
history.
sketch came out.
I was gonna say,
Right.
Or
Yeah,
cowbell.
yeah.
Don't hear more cowbell.
Because I got a flavor.
Yeah,
Like more cowbell.
gotta be
I
honest.
wanted to bring up their discography. Let me see if I can pull it up.
Yeah, what do they got? Like 20 albums?
Fire on Origins,
Discography.
Imaginos. I have at least
I wish
10
it
of
would
their
just show
albums
these fucking
on
things in
CD.
fucking order. Oh, maybe it won't,
awesome
maybe it won't.
songs. They did a
It's
lot
not
of
showing
science
them in order,
fiction
though.
based music like Black Blade, based on the Elric saga by Michael Moorcock.
Oh yeah. So got it.
Veteran
got
of
it.
the Psychic Wars, another science fiction theme song.
Secret Treaties is really good. I like Secret Treaty an awful lot.
Treaties.
Yep. Some Enchanted Evening. This is a live album, and man, it's kind of, I want to talk kind of best of-y, but not quite. Like they've got MC5's Kick Out the Jams on here as well. They do a cover of that. It's just like, I played it for my buddy, and he's about 12 years old, and he's like, I've listened to this band all my life, and I've never heard that before. So it was pretty cool. Yeah, Blue Oyster Cult. I was trying to think what
Burning
the
for
last
You.
album, because they do kind
Burning
of
for You is a
hit a
great
wall when they go
Yeah.
into the 80s, where they start sounding like they're trying to be an 80s band, and it doesn't work very well.
I feel like a lot of bands, 70s bands, fell into that pitfall.
Yeah. So they it's not like I said, you hit a point in Blue Oyster Cult, and it's like this. It's glorious. It's glorious. It's like it's less glorious.
Yeah,
So
it's like you had this wonderful original sound. Why are you trying to be Kaiju Gugu? What
it's
are
like,
you
stop,
doing?
please stop. Ghost Stories. This is the album I was talking about before.
Right.
I don't want to go into YouTube. I just want to look at the album. Why do you hate me? It doesn't. But like I said, this album was released in 2024. It's from 1978 is when most of the material was written, and it's an old school Blue Oyster Cult album. You're gonna listen to it, you're gonna go, oh motherfucker, that's so fucking good, because it's like a lost,
Yeah, I love when bands do that. Like, so when the Rolling Stones put out like all those unreleased tracks from Exile on Main Street, it's like stepping into a time machine where, they have this song called Plundered My Soul, and I was playing it for my mom, and she's like, this sounds like the Rolling Stones. And I was like, it is. She's like, no, like the old school, like Rolling. I was like, yeah, it's an unreleased song from Exile on Main Street. She's like, I've never heard this. Hence unreleased.
I think they came out with an album around 8 years ago with a song called The Alchemist on it. That's a great song. They're just a phenomenal band. They deserve more to be more well known, but they're a phenomenal band.
Right. Yeah, everybody just knows the cowbell, man.
Everybody knows the cowbell song. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull up one more, and then we're gonna
pants
quit
on one leg at a
before
time.
Mrs. of the Empire deserts me. But I didn't want to not talk about this band. In fact, this was her idea. So, and two of their songs so well.
It's Ace of Base.
I love it.
I don't know what an Ace of Base is.
I unapologetically love Ace of Base. I don't give a shit.
Can't heat.
Run DMC.
I saw the sign.
Yeah.
Yes.
All that she
And
wants.
that band would be
All that
Golden
shit.
Earring.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell
Um,
yeah.
Golden Earring has two songs that everybody knows. And I
Yes.
mean, those two songs are fucking bangers. But they also have a whole lot of other material that nobody knows. This is what I talk about. It's like, you say Golden Earring, you think Twilight Zone, you think
Flies on Strange Wings, Devil Made Me Do It.
See, you know these songs, man, but
Yeah.
most of our listeners have no idea who the fuck Golden Earring is, and they are way more than those two songs.
Do you know
We just got their best of, and they have songs that sound like the Replacements.
I didn't know
which
they were
is kind of
Dutch.
crazy.
No, me neither.
The songs where they sound like Blue Oyster Cult. They have such a mixed and I love bands that do things like this on their albums, where every song doesn't sound like the song before it. It has its own unique flavor. And Golden Earring painted with that brush very well. They didn't do this. They did this on every single song. Little wonderful nuances, changes in vocal stylings, and they had two different singers in the band, which also made it work. And just changes of styles of music. You have, like I said, you have those bangers, and then you've got all the other stuff, which is equally good. It just didn't, like I said, it's the underrated stuff. It's the stuff that didn't get the play because A&R said, "Oh, you've got that Twilight Zone song. You just play that 15 times in a row."
But it was like, but meanwhile, we're like, play I Do Rock and Roll.
Or, I found this band? Art Bell.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Me too.
I can see that, man.
My dad had my dad had an awesome vinyl collection. He had a couple albums from them, and unfortunately, a couple years back, I mean, he had thousands, and the basement flooded, and all the albums got warped. It was like a death in the family. He was like, I remember he called me. I was like away, and he was like, I don't know how to tell you this. And I was like, oh no, Grandma died. And he was like, there was a flood in the basement. I was like, the albums?
Not the albums.
That's sad. I'm sad now. I was all
dude,
now I'm sad.
It was such a bummer. He had what else he had? He had the it was like a Spider-Man comic book, but it was like I don't even know what they called it. It was like, when you would put on an album to like read the book, but it was a comic book, and it was called like hold on, I'm typing
like Coheed and Cambria does.
Yeah, kind of.
There's another band. People either love them or hate them. That's one of them. I saw them live, and they put on a hell of a good show live. Coheed and Cambria.
Oh, I fucking hate those guys, man.
Yep.
I fucking cannot stand those.
Yep. I said that's one of those bands.
No, and my buddy John, the creative blue collar guy, one of the founders of this channel. He is such a huge fan of theirs. Him and Max von Priestley, MVP. They would go to shows up in LA or down here, and I'm like, I hate them guys. I cannot stand these guys. They're an interesting band. I can't say, and I can't say they're not a good band. They are a good band. I don't dig their style, their vibe. But they have a whole comic book side show that goes along with it, which is really neat. Conceptually, they put these things together, and I mean that takes a ton of work. And you're right. That's a band that almost, that's another niche kind of thing. Not everyone knows who the fuck Coheed and Cambria is. You say those words, people look at you like you have some kind of thing. But no.
They're like, no. I've had all
got a what?
Sorry.
No, that's a nice one.
No, it was called a rock comic.
A rock comic.
I think they would called it like a rock
comic.
And so it was ROCKOMIC. And so you would play the vinyl, and the leaf would open up, and it would become like a comic book. And it was like a Spider-Man adventure.
Oh, wow. See, that's kind of interesting. That's
no, it's crazy. Now that I'm looking at it, I was like, well, now that I'm looking at pictures of it online, I now have to buy it. So, because I can't imagine that it's too expensive.
So, on that interesting, sad, and somber note from Sammy, we are going to close this thing out tonight. This has been a lot of fun. Thank you, everyone watching over on YouTube. And we have a ton of people over on X tonight. Thank you for hanging out with us. This isn't the end of this kind of conversation. I enjoy these music talks, and doing them every now and then is good. It takes us away from our pop culture madness and our deep dives into the movies, which are also an awful lot of fun. So I want to thank our guests who have since departed, 32 Flavors of Nickweiser and That 70s Rock Fan. I think they're both over on Comics channel right now. If you want to hop over there, please do so. And again, all their data and the rest of the panel's data is in the description of the show. Please go and check everyone out, sub to their channels, watch their stuff. They're here for a reason. They're not just pretty faces, except for maybe Joker. So,
I'm not just
In the next couple of weeks coming up over here at Of the Empire, next week we are going to be having a free-range show, pop culture, news, and topics. And the following week, we're going to have Emperor Goodwin with us, and we're going to be looking at the 1980 Chuck Norris karate movie, The Octagon.
The Octagon.
So that's going to be a hoot. So again, thank you to our everybody watching us in the chat and the panel. And let's go around real quick and spout what you got out, and then I got to get out of here before I get divorced. Shield, what do you got coming up, buddy?
Hey, thanks for having me on. Real quick, Tuesday I'm going to be on Jacob Ironside's show, and we're doing X-Files, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So tune in for that. See some bad 90s ties, and Scully get kidnapped and lose her gun. And then also on Wednesday, I'm going to be on Lieutenant Kiratina's channel, and we're going to be going over. Oh, I forgot what it is. We're doing something. He sent me a thing about it today. Lionheart. That's it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yep.
That's right.
It's
So
the bitter.
good
Not
times.
the one with the dragon.
No. It's that one's good too. I like it, but no. So it's going to be double like 80s action. So I kind of. Anyway, that's all what I got. So, and of course,
Right on, brother.
Next week for that free range.
And Hollywood has been handing us an awful lot of material lately, so there's always going to be something wildly humorous to talk about on those. So again, thank you, my friend. Joker, what do you got coming up there, pal?
We are less than 3. We are about 2 weeks away from WrestleMania, and so on Wednesday nights overbooked, we are gearing up toward that. Also, I did throw a couple of links in the chat. Yes, Dempsey has my merch store right there. We got the Wednesday nights overbooked coffee mug, also with original artwork from Jacob Ironside here. We have the Joshi Love t-shirt.
That's right.
Mixed Tees has the most comfortable shirts on the internet. I am just saying. So we are working toward Wednesday nights overbooked. I am 16 subs away from 800.
Oh,
So
nice.
Nice.
I would like to get some more of those. And my next video short that I put out will be piece of content number 1000. I have been rocking. I'm just
nice.
Putting it in the grind, folks. So
nice.
I would just love your eyes, your subscriptions, your watch hours, because I would like to get some monetized stuff happening at some point. That'd be cool. So, but yeah, so myself, Matt, Left Eye Ego, Bradley, and Duke Devil 95, all talking about the road to WrestleMania on Wednesday nights overbooked, 6 p.m. Pacific on my channel.
Right on, Joker. Thank you, my friend.
You're welcome.
Sammy.
Yeah, so I got a show tomorrow in real life, and then
talk about that show. Talk about the show. You know,
yeah,
the show, buddy. Come on.
Small
Master is
down in
depending on you.
Hamtramck, Michigan. It'll be a good crowd because it's opening day for the Tigers, and yeah, I'm opening up for a band with like 92,000 followers on Spotify. So tickets available on Ticketmaster. That's fun to say. And then confirmed for Cavecast is Chuck Dixon's going to come on the show. Not sure. Not sure which week that's going to be, but he's going to discuss Bane, and obviously he's the guy who created Bane, so that'll be a great
nice
thing, and we might get a Yellow Flash on for that as well. And but until then, that's this Saturday morning we're going to talk about the ventriloquist. So
nice,
which which is
that's a lot, Sammy.
Yeah,
my baby's all grown up.
I did it.
That's right.
Oh God, nice job, Sammy. Nice job.
Thanks, buddy.
Matt's in seclusion. What do you got coming up, bud?
Well, like JV said, next week on Wednesday night is overbooked. We will be on the road to WrestleMania. I'll be here with you guys next week, and I might, if I have the time, drop some of my thoughts about the Masters of the Universe trailer. It could actually be. I'm very enthused by it.
I'm liking it.
It reminded me of right back watching He-Man in the 1980s.
Oh yeah.
So I'll drop a little video talking about some of the thoughts about it tomorrow.
Right on. Meme master of the interwebs who made me look like a girl tonight, Jacob Ironside. What do you have coming up?
Yes, X-Files on Tuesday. X-Files Tuesday, first Tuesday of the month. Season 3, episode 7, I think.
One of them good, one of them is not good.
Yes, that seems to be seems to be the course for X-Files. One good episode, one bad one. So it'll be fun.
I will have a lot of fiery commentary on, and the other we can talk about heavily. I love X-Files. I love X-Files week. So I think I got it worked out with Mrs. the Empire. I'm going to be late, but I think I'm late to the bad episode, so it works out. Oh, Lord. Dempsey. Hardworking Dempsey.
Well, I have some stuff coming up I have been working on, and I am going to be releasing, I think, 5 videos within the next week on my channel.
Wow.
I have
Nice.
Yeah, I've been working on this for quite some time now. Yeah, I've got all the songs done now. I just need to make the videos.
Very cool.
We'll see how it goes, and I'll throw it up on there, and hopefully you guys get at least a little bit of enjoyment out of it, or whatever, however it's got to go. And I'll be back here next week. We'll be talking some free-range craziness, and it's going to be a great time, and you all should stop by, and you all should go to JV's merch store, and you should go to Ticketmaster, and you should go to all these lovely folks' channels. Give them a like, give them a sub, give them some watch hours. Thanks for being here. Thanks for having me.
And Dempsey is also the music of Wednesday night is overbooked.
True. Very true. So hopefully you guys enjoy that as well. Remember to support indie music, guys.
It's so hard. It
is. Yeah, thanks for having me. I much appreciate it. This was a great time.
Yeah, this was a fun one, man. This was a fun one. So thank you again to all the folks over watching on YouTube and the many folks watching on X. It's nice to have all of you with us tonight. That's very, very fun. And to our wonderful chat. And Jana had the best quote of the night pick, which was thanks for that, Jana. And again to the panel, our good friend 32 Flavors of Nickweiser and that 70s rock fan were our guests tonight. And everybody's data is in the description of the show. So thank you so much for hanging out with us here on your Thursday night. You could be doing anything, but yet you're here. You should be questioning your life choices. That's okay. We'll just go with that. But we'll see you here again next Thursday at 5 Pacific Standard, as we have every week for the last 4 years. Thanks for hanging out with us. Until next time.
Kudos.
Kind.